Hello, everybody, and welcome to Bugbear's Basement. Today is session zero. But session zero for what? Oh, we don't know. It's going to develop, and our new master, our lord, the one whose feet we shall lick, Comic Book Bob, is going to be bringing us into his amazing steampunky kind of world, and I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. But happy to have you guys in here, of course. I always enjoy the crew that comes up and likes to watch the role playing that we have going on. Do keep in mind, check those links down below, particularly my Twitter, if you want to be on any of the Fanspeak shows we have, particularly maybe the Drawn and Quartered Ultimate Edition. So definitely get part of that if you want to. But we're going to be having a lot of fun here today, and appreciate you guys being on. So as you guys know, Compa Bob is going to be taking the DM seat. So I'm going to pretty much just turn this over to him every week, and I'm going to be a player. And I cannot tell you how thrilled I am to not have to be in charge.
What up, player?
What up, player?
He's in his freaking car.
I know he
Oh,
is,
Jesus.
dude. He is.
He's
But
like,
there it
"What?
is.
Hang
So I'm
on,
going
let
to
me check
shut
my-
up.
Let me check my character sheet real quick. Oh shit!
So go ahead, Bob. This is your show, man.
Okay, so first up, we do have to clear up a few things because we've got some loose ends to tie up. We're up 1 second here. Let me share something out real quick here, and where are we at here? Yeah, there we are.
Nick C says it's session coronavirus. Thank you, Nick. It's very positive.
Session coronavirus. Actually, let me grab that, copy that. I'm opening windows and stuff as we speak, so please bear with me. Paste. Go. There we go. I don't want to, because I don't want to show the other things. I'm gonna try to make sure I don't show the wrong stuff.
Oh no, wrong
Because
stuff.
I got some. Because we get going here, man. I got some things to throw at you.
Yeah, we're going to have to work that out, what we're going to do during this run. Now, of course, you sharing screen should be completely fine. I think it'll work out. But if you want me to put together like one of my slideshows that I do, just to
Mhm.
kind of cover overlays and stuff, you can do that as well. It seems to work pretty well. This is basically radio. That's the interesting thing I found about YouTube. It's basically radio, right? So if you want any of those things in the future, we can work that out. But I think what you're doing is fine as well.
And Jimmy brings all the sound effects, so
Yeah, that's right.
Cool. All right, so this is our world. This is the continent of Osmojan, and we are starting off in the country of Otristan. And I'm going to do I'm going to do a little segment with each of you guys to get you guys all into the same place. And we're going to start with you, Jimmy.
I probably wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Jimmy's on his way home.
Not Jimmy. I'm sorry.
Chester.
Chester.
Oh, Chester. Oh,
never mind.
Okay.
Oh, my brain didn't work for that. All right, hang on 1 second here.
Come on, Chet. Let's go.
I'm ready, man. I'm
who
ready.
we starting with?
Now,
Okay,
can you do me a favor real quick, Bob? Can you make that full screen again? You had it full screen, and then you took it off for some reason.
Oh, there we go.
No,
should be...
no, that's not what you had. You had it where it was filling the whole screen instead of being a little thing.
I don't... I'm sharing it the same way it was. That's weird.
No, that doesn't help.
Give me 1 second here.
Yeah. I'm not sure, because you had it set up where... No, I'm talking about the actual window itself was filling the entire area. Now it's scrunched up, so...
Oh.
I don't know what happened. You had it. It was perfect.
Let me stop sharing and then.
But looking at it over the other side, it looks pretty good. Actually, we'll go with it. There, where it looks fine on the actual stream, so I think it's fine. Yeah, just go with it. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So hide that. Okay. So we are starting off in Otristan. We are starting off with your character.
Sure.
After your awakening. You woke up and you were actually within the walls of the Seraphinium Sanctum. Specifically, you spent the last few years within the walls of the Prosarian Academy, which is the primary campus of the Seraphinian Sanctum, and it's the largest site of arcane study on the continents.
Yeah, because that's what I've been doing. I've been studying. Yeah. What's the name of that place again? Pro what?
The Prosarian Academy, Prosarian, and it is the largest. It's the largest school of arcane study on the entire continent of Osmajan. And it's an interesting relationship that you have between yourself and the person who's basically been put in charge of you. Mm-hmm. You've basically been placed into the care of a man of a mage named Cyril Zedrus.
Okay.
And he's been largely the person that you've had the most interaction with.
Last name again?
And Cyril Zedrus. Zedrus. Zedruce.
Okay, Cyril Zedrus.
This is Arcanist. This is Arcanist Cyril Zedrus.
Okay, he's my minder.
And he's made no bones about the fact that while they were encouraging your studies, they were also studying you.
I imagine.
And your access to the rest of the city has been very limited. In fact, you have never been off the grounds of the campus. You've never been off the grounds of the Prosarian Academy.
Okay.
And go ahead.
No. Just maybe I should give the folks my background so they can understand what's happening to the background of the character.
Yeah,
in your setting. Basically, my character was during the Great War, which is like 1,000 years ago. What was the name of that again?
This was they just called it the Cataclysm. It was the War of the it was the last God War.
Okay, but during that war, sometime in that thing, I was created. I don't know any of those details. Bob does, but in that creation, I was in an actual, bunker or scientific lab or whatever it was that was destroyed. And during archaeological digs, I was found. And then I don't know when I was found, but they've only activated me. How long have I been awake?
You've been awake for 3 years.
3 years. There you go. So a very short time. And I was completely fresh and new, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
They found you in a bunker on the continent. If you look on the map, let me pull the map up here. You look on the map over in the where you see the area. It's called the Maelstrom. The Maelstrom is basically where the country. Actually, I may pull the name of the country up here because my brain doesn't want to work. Well,
because you had a bit of a sundering in your world, right?
Yes, they basically when the infernal engine exploded.
Yeah, there it is, the infernal engine. Yeah, that's the thing.
When the infernal engine exploded, the country that it was actually built upon. And I'm trying to pull it up here. Sorry, I have all my notes digital in there. They're not wanting to work. The country that it was built upon basically was rent asunder. In fact, the entire planet was actually broken. And the gods used what power they had remained, even though they were severely weakened, to basically pull it back together. And when they did, obviously, this country was gone. When one of the various archaeological expeditions to what was left is where to one of the islands that was left is where they found you.
Right.
In some of the ruins.
There you go. And I don't know how long ago that was, but I've only been active 3 years, right?
Right.
So therefore, during that time, I found that I'm quite skilled at many things when it comes to crafting. I am uber crafter man. actually.
Mhm.
And I'm really good at those kind of things. And I've been just steadily just building all kind of things. Matter of fact, my for me anyway, my most impressive thing that I've created so far is my little battle mate. And he is a mechanical dwarf that carries a large set of drawers on his back, which has all my tools and stuff in it. And he drops that box in combat. But the only information I had about myself, because my life is a big mystery, really, and it'd be cool to see it unveiled during the game here. But the only thing on me was a model number, and my model number was 000. Don't know what that means, but therefore, the only connection I have to my past, I call myself a Dr. Zero.
Mhm.
Because it's
And
cool
in the
and
time that you have
pulpy.
been away, you've been awakened. Arcanist Zadrus has been the person that you have had pretty much the most contact with.
Okay.
Occasionally, you would actually you would have a little bit of interaction with some of the members of the Magisterium, which
Okay.
are the which is the military arm of the Seraphinium society.
Okay, so the Seraphinium is the magical side.
Yes. The Seraphinian are the Seraphinian society controls everything.
Okay.
But controls all. They're the one of the most one of the largest political powers within the entire.
So it's a magocracy, is what you're saying. Okay.
Yes.
And what was the military side called?
The Magisterium. And I keep trying to bring up my notes here, and it keeps not wanting to show them to me.
I have a question, Chester.
Yeah.
Did your character get his doctorate from an accredited university, or was it somewhere else? I don't know.
I do believe I found it up my ass. Yes. No, I mean I would assume because
Warforged ass doubles as a printer.
It does. But
The Warforged. Yeah.
well, dude, let me give you a list of these characters are incredibly complicated, by the way, these artificers. But let me give you a list of just the tools I have. Okay, I've only got 5 skills, which is not bad in 5e actually. It's nothing like a rogue. But let me just give you a list of my tools because those fall to skills as well. Thieves, tinkering, smithing, jewelry, leatherworking, alchemists, glass blowers, masonry, carpentry, medicine. Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude. I can build anything.
Yeah. That's actually that's what artificers do. They build things.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm kind of wishing in 5th edition. I'm wondering if we might want to homebrew it. I'm kind of wondering why we don't have a craft skill that kind of unifies it, and then those things you get advantage on the roll or something. I don't know. It's anyway. It doesn't matter. But yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, your interaction you've basically been confined to the Prosarian Academy for the majority of your time here. But today is a little bit different. And during this time, you actually you've tried to they've found your ability, your interest in being an artificer kind of interesting, considering you are yourself an artifact. And that's one of the reasons why they've kind of encouraged your pursuits. And during one of your pursuits, you attempted to summon a familiar.
Oh, I did. Okay.
Yeah, remember this was part of the storyline for GOP. And they give you, and of course they gave you the materials that you need. They provide you the things that you need, keeping you under very close watch. And when you attempted this, it kind of worked.
Kinda.
And our buddy GOP showed up.
Oh.
Although he showed up a little mangled. And you, being the consummate pursuer of knowledge that you are, decided, well, I can fix this. So we're still on. Just real quick before we go any further, GOP, you're still on board with that idea, right?
Oh, I'm down with it.
Okay.
Understand
one of
though,
the things
GOP,
that,
I don't use any kind of anesthesia. Just understand that. I don't believe in it. It's a waste of money.
Neither does my character.
There you go. So we're on board. All right.
okay. And in your and obviously at times when your medical knowledge was not up to snuff, the Arcanist would actually step in and occasionally assist you because they wanted,
Cool.
again, them being as curious as to what you are and what you do as much as anything else. They wanted to kind of see where you're going to take this thing. They wanted to see where you're going to go.
Sure.
So you did manage to actually give him an artificial arm. So GOP, you do have you basically have a steampunk arm.
Okay.
It is just like your normal arm. It does not have anything. It does not have anything added to it at this particular moment. The only thing that it does do, however,
met with Jackson County health officials as well. Our
what the hell?
Oh, sorry, son of a bitch.
God, man.
I heard this thing. I was like, is that a police scanner?
No, it's a press conference. Yeah, never mind. It just came on as I switched over to my computer as opposed to my phone. So now I'm here. Hello.
Hello.
Excellent.
Bye-bye.
But what this does, Chester, is it does give you the ability of the where's it at here? It basically gives you the my brain does not want to work today.
You don't say.
It gives you the familiar ability that you can actually cast spells through his arm.
I can. Okay, cool.
Yes. So you have the ability. He can actually do a touch spell. If you have a touch spell, he can actually do the touch spell for you.
Oh, okay, cool. That's cool.
It is limited to as long as he is within 120 feet of you. So
Okay.
go ahead and make sure you notate that on your sheet.
All right. And this is the character Bull, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I was going to ask you what his freaking name was because you didn't tell me.
It's Bull.
His name is Bull. It's just
Bull.
Bull.
B-U-L. Also, GOP, you do have that helmet. When we get to you, I will give you the specifics on it and what it does.
All right.
Okay. So on this particular day, Chester, you've been tinkering around in the workshop that they actually give you access to.
Right, my workshop. Yeah, sure.
Your workshop. And Arcanist Zedrus walks in and addresses you. Excuse me, Dr. Zero, if I have a moment, please.
Oh, certainly, sir. How may I help you today?
He actually motions for you to, he comes in. He's an elderly man. He's in his 60s, graying hair, not stooped or bowed. Actually, has a fairly good constitution, and he's dressed in a long black coat, but with buttons down the side, and the kind of like the cravat that kind of comes out around the throat. Short, well-kept hair, and he kind of puts his, as he walks, he kind of does that thing where he puts his hands behind his back as he's walking. And he leads you out as you walk out through your lab. You do see two Magisterium guards that are always posted right outside your door. They're wearing the typical armor of the Magisterium, the bronze and red embroidery on it. And he walks in silence with you for a little while as he's just traversing. He says, "You've been an interesting subject all these years."
Indeed, I find myself interesting as well.
Yes, I mean, there's a great many things to learn about your history that we simply don't know. But I feel that at this point, your continued growth will only be stunted by keeping you here. So I have approached the Magisterium about the possibility of giving you more autonomy
Oh,
and giving you the ability to leave these campuses and pursue your studies out in the world.
that would be advantageous.
Now, understand that there's a great deal of concern. You are an unknown.
Hmm.
And as such, there are some that feel that there needs to be assurances to make sure that you don't become a menace or a nuisance once released. Me personally, I think this is small-mindedness, but you can understand the politics of things.
Of course.
So to this end, I've been approached with a task.
Hmm.
Now, I do not believe that you yourself could complete this alone. So I've taken the opportunity to arrange certain parties to accompany you on this.
Ah,
Should you be successful, I believe that this will show them that you are, in fact, worthy of being given this opportunity to explore and find yourself. I believe that you have much to offer the Empire, and I've endorsed you for this.
I do appreciate your patronage, sir.
As you should. So I'm assuming I've made the assumption that you will want to be taking your companion with you.
Oh,
He seems
indeed.
to respond to you better than anyone else, and I believe that with your, well, let's call it your care, that he can be useful to you, and that he won't make himself a nuisance to the Empire or to anyone else.
Oh,
Um,
well, I don't know about that. He's quite a chaotic creature, but I do find him fascinating and would love to see what havoc he might bring upon the world. But I understand that it is more important that he be kept in line. So,
yes,
uh,
it's fine to explore, but the Empire is very strict and stringent about its control of such things. So I would do my best to keep him on leash as much as possible.
I understand. I understand. And I put up a kind of a facsimile of my character.
Okay.
I wear a
I
top
thought we were
hat.
gonna. Oh, that's awesome. I was just gonna say I thought we were gonna start with the point where he brings me into the world, like brings me in. That's where we're gonna start. But that's okay.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I figured this get everything going a little bit faster this way.
Yeah.
But to that end, I would suggest that you take the rest of the day, prepare yourself. Like I said, you've an entire world to explore, and I will bring you the particulars of this task that's being put forward to you.
Well, very
There
well,
is
sir.
yes, there's a great deal of preparation needs to be done with the rest of the party that will be going with you. If I will be completely blunt and honest with you. This bunch that they've suggested that I send with you, I'm not completely sold on them. So if I were you, I would keep a close eye on them.
Oh, very well. I shall certainly endeavor
Uh,
to
I
be
have,
the most accommodating to the Seraphim.
as you should. I have all the utmost faith in you. Not quite so much in the rest of these barbarians.
I'm
Um.
special.
Hey,
So
while you're talking, can I just knock over some like random pots or something in the background?
Oh,
Something to
please,
make some
the
noise.
most expensive ones,
Yeah.
please. That's
Yes. You
thank
just hear
you.
like things banging around and falling over, glass shattering. You hear, "Wow!"
so I
I
lose.
would assume that is your. I assume your friend is on the loose again.
Yes, I need to go deal with him. I will prepare, sir. I will prepare, please. And I run off over to Bull. Stop that! Bad bull. I get a newspaper and I start whacking him with it.
I give like
It's almighty.
Yeah.
God damn it. He's a fucking
Sad
pet.
guys.
It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, no, okay. So my character moves into a frenzy for preparation. He's of course very excited, and he definitely tries to inform Bull of what's happening. Although how much Bull comprehends is yet to be seen.
Bull just kind of stares at you, drooling.
Good Bull. Okay. And I tinker with his arm a little bit because I see there's an imperfection that could be slightly adjusted to add a 0.0003% improvement.
Okay.
I'll just add that to my stats.
Yes, write that down.
Oh, jeez. Okay, so he walks off. Eldrin, you being the arcane trickster that you are, you were trying to pull a little one of your heists as you usually do. You were a little short on coins, and you decided, I'm gonna let me grab a few pickpockets here. Let me pick a few pockets here. And you picked the wrong pocket.
Well,
what's that?
In times of need, the pockets are plenty.
That's true.
So during one of your attempts, you were in a tavern. Several members of the Magisterium Guard came in. You don't particularly care for these people. They're very much part of the establishment. And you decided, you know what? Let me cut a few purses on these guys. So you actually you succeeded the first 2 times, but the third time
I got greedy.
You got a little greedy, and he turned around, and these 3 members of the Magisterium basically proceeded to beat the shit out of you.
Oh no!
And then they threw you in lockup.
Fortune is a cruel mistress.
Yeah. While you were in lockup, you got a visit from a member of the Seraphinium Society. And they took note of your heritage and decided, well,
my long heritage.
Yes, your long heritage. And they came to you and said that we have given your, although dubious heritage, rather than sending you to the Basilica, we have a deal for you.
I'm all ears.
Yeah.
We have, but we have a task that needs completing, and we're looking to fill out the personnel for it. If you agree to accompany our agent in this simple task, it's a mere poultry, we will make this particular infringement of yours go away. What you do afterward is up to you. You can be on your way, continue cutting purses, eventually end up right back here, and then most definitely end up at the Basilica. Or you could try to change your ways. It means little to us. But given the shorthandedness that we have, this is a one-time offer. Take it or leave it.
I'll roll for persuasion.
Sure.
All right. 19 plus 4, 23. Well, your grace is too kind, and you have to understand that this was just a lapse of judgment due to my over-imbibement of elvish wine. It had been a long journey. My market wares did not sell, and I was just looking for I don't even know what I was thinking of. Please understand that this is not my nature. I am
I completely understand.
Humble merchant and traveling from a far away from my kingdom. And as you know, to be one of my nature and to be in this position is so shameful. And I would appreciate your complete if we say, just to not mention that this ever happened. I trust that your word is bond, and I will follow through completely with this task. Please tell me more about it.
Oh, we will definitely. I understand you, boy. Mistakes are made. I completely understand this, and believe me when I say we will do everything we can to make sure that this does not get back to your patronage. And this may be a good thing. This may be a good thing for you. This is a chance to change. To maybe your stars are changing. Maybe this is the beginning of new and better things.
Oh, and I believe you're right, sir. I absolutely believe you're right, because the astrology has shown me that there is change in the night sky, and it is time for me to show you my true character.
Excellent.
I can be such a benefit to the Magistrum.
Oh, if after completion of this, you wish to add your services to us, it would be most agreeable.
Oh, indeed. Now, I assume I would require all of my tools and gear and possibly my weapons. Trust me, I will keep them sheathed within the boundaries of the town.
You are not be thrown out into the cold with nothing. You will be given everything you need to be successful at this. After all, as paltry as this task is, it is still the responsibility of the magisterium as well. We are the protectors. They are the protectors of the people in the kingdom. So
now,
you will have.
Sorry, go ahead.
What was that?
Oh, are there any guards present?
Oh yeah, there's dude, you pissed off the friggin' they don't like being made fools of. So you like I said, they roughed you up pretty good. In which he actually pulls out a healing potion. He says, hey, drink this. I do apologize for they can be a bit rough and brutish, but magisterium is a necessary thing.
I apologize. My trespass was so low and unbecoming of myself, and I apologize to you. And you, good God, you stalwart,
he's just looking at you
man.
Like, screw you, man. Yeah, he's actually one of the guys whose purse you cut. He's like, you know what, you can eat it. Yeah,
for sure. I will make remunerations, and you will never see me as a foe or fiend again.
He just kind of he's just like, screw off, man. But yeah, he gives you a minor healing potion.
Okay, cool beans.
It's 2d4
and I assume I need it, so I would drink it now.
They beat you up, but they didn't beat you up too bad.
Okay, well then I'll hold on.
If you want to hang on to it, you can.
You got it.
Okay,
going
so
down.
You got yourself a minor healing potion, sir. Your persuasion was pretty damn good. So he says, understand, I can't let you out of the cell just yet. I will make sure that they send you all the amenities that you need. If you would like something to eat, to drink, just he looks at the guy and says, give him anything he needs.
Well, good,
I will be back with the particulars of it. I won't introduce, and now we bring you to the staging area for your for this task that you'll be performing.
Well, sir, if you wouldn't mind asking the strong guard here to fetch or please provide a wineskin for warm me up. It is so cold in this damn dank cell.
Oh yeah, wine, libation for our friend here, and an extra blanket. And then he nods at you and he smiles and he walks out.
Many blessings to you. Long live the Magistrum. Long live.
Okay, I'm writing down note. Bill's character is full of shit. All right.
It's a little step away from the monk, right? Hey.
A little bit.
Yeah. Pretty good. All right. Okay, so okay, moving on. We will come to the well, we got Bull pretty much taken. Bull is just a drooling mess.
Mm-hmm.
He's following Dr. Zero around.
A little ball of anger. That's all.
So let's go to Slick. All right, so Slick. After you were picked up and taken by ship. You were actually you traversed all the way. You actually did not arrive in the Ocean Empire at first. You came up down from the frozen peaks. If you look on the map here, and you ended up in the Dragon Maw coast here. You ended up at Port Tremere. If you look on the map, in the cove over here. And while there, that's where you were. And the Dragon Maw coast is kind of like it's basically it's similar to the Sword Coast in a way. It's almost like a pirate nation. And even though the Dragon Maw coast is they're technically their own country. They are very much subservient to the Otristan Empire. But while there, you were put. They brought you in. They put you on the slave seller's block, and you were purchased by like it was in your background. You were purchased by a
gladiator arena.
Yeah, a gladiatorial. Not so much gladiatorial. It's more of like a pit fighting.
Yeah, but what is your character though? I don't know anything about his character at all.
Oh yeah, go ahead and give everybody a rundown of your character real quick.
He's a badass.
Okay. His name is Rav for short. Ravager, Slayer, Smash a Big Fista. That's his full name. He comes from a clan far to the north, the Hell's Fang Range, where the Goliaths, they live up in the high peaks. And he was from this Hellfang Range, which was surrounded by a big red-leaved wood called the Bloodwood. The problem with Goliath is if something goes wrong within their system, it can cause a domino effect, and it can cause great disaster. And this happened to his clan. He was in a fight with his cousin, and his cousin tried to kill him, and he instead killed his cousin. This caused his father and his uncle to start a war within the clan, an internecine war, which killed everyone but him. And in the last battle, while his parents were trying to take care of him and protect him, they lost their lives, but he in turn attacked the Thane, who was by this time weakened and wounded. And he struck with his dagger right into the eye slit of his uncle's helmet and killed the Thane. And thus he gained his own name, becoming the Thane of his now deceased clan of Thane Slayer. Thane Slayer is the nickname that every Goliath, every Goliath gets a nickname, and that's his now. But at that time, he was thrown off a cliff and fell many thousands of feet into the Mirkwood. But by providence sake and through a weaving magic of his mother, he was saved and made it to the floor of the forest, where he was found by a kitten, Dire Tiger. And they became fast friends. And when his mother, the mother Dire Tiger, found him, because of the little Dire Tiger had taken a shine to the boy, he was incorporated into their family. And for a time, instead of being an outlander like his parents up in the high mountains, he lived in the forest with the Dire Tiger and became a feral child, learning their ways, and they're his new family. Well, that's where he grew up, was in the forest, until he hit his late teens, which is where maturity comes, just like humans, to Goliath. And hunters came to capture game for multifarious reasons, but they captured many of the Dire Tigers, and he was caught with them. His family, though, escaped, and through his help, and he was carted off to places unknown. And like we talked about, he got put on a boat and taken over to a new place he was very unfamiliar with, and now he's being put in kind of a gladiatorial situation where he is a gladiator. I think we're probably going to drop the last part of his
we're gonna work it into the storyline.
Okay, but yeah, there's some more adventures I think that maybe Bob will tell here. There's a there's a lot that's going to go on with, I think, with this character if we live, hopefully. And he's a lot of fun. He's very serious, and he takes things, challenges to heart. He wants to accomplish many things, but he feels also directionless at the same time because his clan is gone, and he is alone in the world.
So what you're saying is he wants to be the very best, like no one.
Like no one ever was.
That's right. The best around.
My calls. All right. So you get off the they drag you off the ship. It takes one thing. We do have to reduce your height back down to 8 feet because if you go to 9 feet, you're technically considered a large creature. So 8 feet's about 8 feet's as high as you could be. So you're an 8 foot tall dude, man.
That sucks.
Yeah, he's an 8 foot tall mountain of muscle. And as they're pulling you off of the ship, it takes 5 people to pull you off of this thing. Even after being half starved and on a ship for probably 2-3 weeks, you're still so damn strong that they're taking no chances. You're in multiple chains. And they drag you to the block, and you get purchased by Fight Master Tesvis Chulbaro, which is he's the biggest freaking dwarf you've never seen a dwarf. You've been up in where your clan is. This is the biggest dwarf you've ever saw in your life. This dude's like 5.5 feet tall. And he's thick as a brick, but at this point, he's getting on in his years. He's got a little bit of a paunch. Obviously, he was a gladiator himself at some point. He's got a big, nasty scar across the top of his eye. Half of one of his ears is gone. And he's the one who purchases you. And for the next 6 or 7 months, they basically just throw you in the you eventually become their biggest attraction, but they travel along the coastline, stopping in every town. You stay in Port Tremere for about 2-3 months, but eventually he takes the show on the road, and you travel all the way around to Haven's Nest. And by the time you get to Haven's Nest, you've been in the pit enough to know kind of how things work. He's got enough people to make you realize that if you try to resist, you try to run, you're pretty much dead. This last fight that they set up, they drag you down they take you into a large building. They take you downstairs. You barely fit down the stairs. And as you come out, a secret door is open. You go down some rough-hewn stone stairs. And you come out and you're in a pretty good sized underground arena, and the place is just packed. There's people screaming, and you see there's the drinks flowing, the wine's flowing, and the betting is frantic. And you are pretty much the last act of the night. So before you go in, Chulbaro, by the way, his name, if you want to spell his name, it's a Tesvischulbaro. He comes out and he announces you, he says, "Tonight, a special treat all the way from the frozen peaks. The greatest..." And I completely freaking blanked on what I was going to say. "The greatest spectacle in the last 10 years. The hit of Port Tremere. The Beast. Ravager. Thaneslayer. Smash Bigger Fist." And some people are like, boo, boo.
No, I do it too. I'm there and I'm booing.
You're booing. And he says, "And tonight, there's no man alive that could stand him. So tonight he will take on the Beast." And they kind of kick you into this pit. This pit's about 7 feet tall. You could actually climb out of this thing if you wanted to. But it's about 10 feet deep. It's about 20 by 20. And there's a small door on the other side. And the door opens up. and slowly padding out of this thing is the biggest freaking dire wolf you've ever seen in your life. Roll for initiative.
Oh yeah. Chop it up.
That's a D20, dude. By the way, I do the D20. So
yeah, I prefer that too. Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't prefer that. I prefer the 10. That's right.
Yeah, I know.
I forgot. Yeah.
You got an 18. All right, hang on a minute. Let me pull up the stats for the dire wolf here. By the way, I actually had a big thing written down for this introduction, and I can't find it. So that's typical. Okay, dire wolf. Here we go. Open up there. Okay, and let me get my dice out here. And roll 20. Oh shit! What was your initiative?
18.
18. He actually rolled the natural 18, and his so he got a 20. So he's going first. Okay, so this dire wolf, it kind of circles you for a second, and it's pretty clear that this thing hasn't been fed in a while. So it kind of circles you for a second. Obviously, you're freaking huge, and but it's the hunger eventually just gets too much of it, and it charges in on you. So it's going to take its bite attack here. You go ahead and roll to hit. What's your AC? You're a barbarian, so it should be it should be 10 plus your con plus your dex.
Wait, he's a barbarian? I thought he was a fighter.
Oh no, you're an Eldritch Knight. I'm sorry. So it should be your yeah.
Well, I haven't gotten to my magic yet. If we're doing that, so
yeah, no, we'll do the Eldritch Knight stuff in a minute. That's actually going to be part of the storyline thing there.
So does he have any armor on him? Is he geared up?
No, he's naked. He's got so it's
just your dex bonus plus 10,
it's just your
man.
dex bonus, yeah.
Okay.
So 10 plus your dex.
So that would be 16.
16. You got
not 6. Not 6. Sorry.
I was gonna say, damn.
3. 13.
What's your 8? Yeah.
So 13. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So let me go ahead and roll it again.
Let him bite you, man. Bring it in close. Crush his head.
No, he misses. I got a 5, so that's a 10. So it rushes in, it goes to bite you, and you just sidestep it. Okay. It's up. You're up.
Well, I've been around many animals, and I don't really want to hurt this thing, but it is what it is. I can speak tigerish, but I don't know if I can speak
it's a wolf. It's not gonna. Yeah.
And
at this point, it's so hungry. You're not gonna be able to talk your way out of this thing.
I'm gonna rush it, grab it, and toss it up into the stands.
Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and make a grapple check.
I approve.
Was that with a 20?
That's with a 20.
Okay.
Please roll a nat 20. Please roll a nat 20.
So basically, you get.
I got an 18 again. What the heck?
I mean, that's not something to be upset about.
No.
Well, it's weird that I got 18 again.
Okay. See, I'm trying to. Where the hell's the damn grapple thing? For God's sake. This is what happens when you do digital. Okay.
Da, 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 da.
Okay, wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Can we tell whether or not?
What are we waiting on?
I don't know.
We're waiting on Bob to make a decision if something is flying or not, because there's about to be a very hungry dire wolf eating upon.
Yeah. Okay.
The
You have
spectators.
all right. So you've grappled him. All right. Go ahead. Give me a strength check to see if you can actually pick this thing up and throw it.
I have a 20. I have a strength check. So
roll your die.
Yeah, you got to roll a die, dude.
Oh, roll a die. Okay.
Yeah, you got to roll a d20
well.
and then add d20 and add your strength bonus.
15 plus 5, so
20. All right. Yeah, you pick this thing. Right. So this thing comes in, you grab it, you literally pick this thing up over your shoulder and you throw it, and it lands. It lands in the crowd.
Uh-oh.
And immediately just kind of and it grabs one guy, tears his throat out. Everyone's freaking out. Guards come out from everywhere and literally using spears and whatnot, they jab at this thing and they push it back into the pit.
I was gonna say if Chester and I were there, I would be like trying to like get over to it to fight it, but that's okay. I'm gonna stay out of it.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I was looking to see like the throwing rules here. I was like, how the hell do you throw a person?
I'll just make it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, but okay, so it's back in. Actually, it's gonna take. What's the damage there? Okay, so. Okay, and what's your strength modifier? Strength modifier is a 5, right? Okay, so he takes 9 points of damage. It's hurt, but it's pissed now. So it's top of the round, and it's going to try to bite you again.
Okay, so what am I doing?
Okay, so see. So 21, your AC is a 13, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he got you. And see here. 6. Throw. Okay. So you take 11 points of damage. This thing comes up and it just latches onto your thigh. Okay. And then it obviously it can't pull you down. You're too big. So it snaps into your thigh, tears at you, tears you open, then backs off, and it's growling.
How much damage is that?
That was 11 points of damage.
Okay.
Yep. It's 2d6 plus 3.
Well, you said I could jump up there, right?
Yeah, you could try to, but you gotta remember there's guards all over this thing.
Yeah, so they'll probably just try and push it back in.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try, and if they come towards me, I'm going to pull whoever gets closest to me into the pit.
Okay. Can I make a suggestion for you here? Yeah, don't do that.
What, are they going to kill me?
They're going to kill you.
Well, maybe I'll just jump back into the pit.
Yeah, dude, you've got your handler, like he knows exactly how strong you are. He knows everything. He's like, he knows exactly how to keep you exactly where he wants. He's actually got a couple of people with magic that could actually stop you if need be.
Okay. Is there people around the ring with spears?
Oh yeah, and especially now you picked up a freaking direwolf and threw it into the crowd. There's
okay. I'm gonna jump up and grab the top of his spear and pull one down.
Aren't you? Wait, your character. Oh, never mind. I'm just gonna stay out of it and just.
Okay.
I'm not pulling the person down. If they fall down with it, that happens. But I'm taking his spear.
Okay. Go ahead and see if you can go ahead and give me a see what would that be?
Dex throw? What is that?
I'm going to say it's going to be another grapple because you're basically fighting with him over control of this thing.
Grapple? Okay.
Yep. And he's going to roll to resist.
Okay.
Don't even bother, dude. He got a natural 20.
So did I.
What?
Then it's a push, man.
Wow, I fell back down. Great.
Yeah, you fall back down, and now there's about, and now he's getting pissed off at you now. He says, "Just kill that damn thing."
All right. Well,
And
the
as
wolf
he
has
says
another
this,
turn here.
he waves over, and some more people come up. And actually, a couple of people, you see them, they're starting to weave spells. You're making me look bad.
You already look bad.
You're in a tight spot.
Come to me, wolf. I'll make it quick.
Okay.
What are you doing? I'm still in the thing. I did my turn.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm thinking that you still had something to do. I'm sorry.
I mean, do I have a double? I don't think I have double.
No. You're, yeah. So it's going to take a bite at you again.
Okay. Throw.
Let's see, 17 plus 5, so that's 22, so that hits.
Okay.
Okay. So 2d6. That's you only take 6 points of damage this time.
Okay.
So it takes another bite at you, and then it pulls away. The blood is actually driving this thing crazy. It's starving to death.
All right. I'm going to grapple again and try to break its back.
Okay. All right.
What is it with the 18s? Holy shit. Okay, I got an 18 again.
All right, he's grappled.
I'm rolling really well today. That's 15,
Okay,
18, 18, 18, 20.
Okay, he's grappled. Next round, you can actually do an attack, but he's grappled now.
Okay.
Okay, so he's going to actually try to attack you while you've got him held.
I would suspect that he would do that.
All right. He misses this time. He got a 7, so that's a 12. All right, your turn.
Throw one more time. 14.
That hits. Actually, just barely hits. All right, so go ahead and roll your basically this is an unhanded attack, so roll a with your strength, I believe it's a D6.
D6. And what do I have to hit?
Yep. You have to. Well, no, you have to roll. You have to roll to hit first. So roll a D20 to see if you actually.
Okay, so
No,
this
he
is
rolled
a
a
new.
14 to hit.
I rolled a 14.
Oh yeah, you rolled a
I got
14.
them in
So
grapple, right?
So,
yeah. So now.
I'm sorry. I'm getting confused here.
Yeah.
And so I roll a D6 now.
Yes. Roll a D6 and add your strength modifier.
You do 1d6 hug damage.
Yeah, that's 5 and 5, 10.
Okay, so 10 points of damage.
Together.
What? Okay.
All right, so 10 points of damage to him. It's still up.
Love hurts.
It's now it's its turn. That's another 17, so that's going to be a 22, so it hits.
Okay. So we're separated again or not?
No, you're still holding on to him. He didn't break he didn't break the grapple. He's just attacking you.
So I do another 20 throw, right?
No, you don't have to do anything. You've got him grappled. He's not resisting your grapple. He's just chewing on you while you're holding him.
Okay.
Okay, so that's another 7 points of damage. It's your turn.
Okay. 4, and I guess 9 points of damage.
Okay. He's still up. So he's going to try to.
Still.
Yep.
Okay.
He's still up. That's a 19, so he hits you again.
Okay.
And now he's basically screaming at you, just punch the goddamn thing to death.
I'm going to grab his
it missed.
Okay, I'm going to grab his jaws and rip his head in half.
There you go.
Okay.
This needs to be a strength throw.
So basically, Slick, what I'm hearing, you're playing a grappler.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So this has to be a 20. Like I got to roll a 20 side.
Yep, roll a 20 sided. You're basically letting him go now, and you're actually doing an attack.
Okay. Throw. Yeah, 13.
Add your strength and your proficiency together, bro. Don't forget.
Oh, okay. Then 5,
Yeah.
13, 18. That would be, well, that'd be 20. Okay, what's the proficiency?
Okay, you got him.
What do I do now? Throw.
Roll damage.
Okay.
1d6 plus your
another 6.
strength. Yeah, plus your strength.
Okay. 6 plus 11.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, you grab it and you pull and you pull and you hear a crack, and it goes limp.
Okay. I've taken quite a bit of damage.
Yeah, your handler. Okay, he's pissed. He's pissed beyond belief. Because of what happened, the betting is just dead. There was nothing, and Chulbro is just he's furious. So as they're leading you out, usually they give you something to heal your wounds or whatnot. They give you nothing. But as you're leaving, as you're walking past, the people who are like everybody's just like scattering at this point. And as you're leaving, someone you see Chulabro stops as a man in bronze and red armor stops him, and you see him in a conversation. Your handlers lead you out, and they take you back to basically your cage. They lock you up, and for the night, they just leave you there to lick your wounds. The next morning, Chulabro comes walks up. They unlock your cage, and the same man is standing there in the armor. And they literally hand you, and he's flanked by about 4 other soldiers in armor, in the same kind of armor. And he looks at you and he spits on the ground. He says, "Good riddance to you." And he walks off.
And I said, well, I got to say something before he walks off.
Okay.
Good riddance to you, you dishonorable little spud.
He just storms off. And the magister kind of chuckles a little bit. And he motions for his men to follow, and they basically lead you off. And for the next couple of days, you travel along the road, and they eventually take you to take you through the high road gate into the Otterston Empire and take you to Duenwold. And it's there that they basically speak to you and they say they sensed something in you. So it's there that you become a ward of the Magisterium, and this is where you begin your training as an Eldritch Knight.
Oh, sweet. From pit fighter that doesn't want to hurt the puppies to magical badass. All right.
Pretty much. And
yeah, dude, you're gonna have a lot of trouble with combat in this with this party. You know that, right?
Yeah.
No, with that Eldritch Knight and these artificers can put out serious amounts of this.
I know.
A DPS.
Oh,
dude.
I know. I'm having to do some adjustments here. So, but so over the course of the next few months, they actually slowly begin to train you, and you learn that these magisters are pretty badass. And little by little, he begins to explain to you that as you were fighting, they could sense that you possess some latent mystical talents, and they want to see if they can bring these things out in you, and make you a worthwhile citizen of the Empire, a possible an asset. You learn very quickly that most of the Magisterium does not agree with the man who purchased you. They do not agree with Willowwolf, but he has enough pull that they're willing to give it a shot to see what happens. However, they've made it very clear that if you do not behave yourself while within their care, it will fall on him. So, and he is, he's actually the first person to treat you decently in quite a while.
If he's treating me decently, I'll be all right with him. But if he's
I
don't brick fools.
Yeah, but he's willing to but they're giving you a chance basically to see where this goes. Okay, and that's where we have you. Okay, so Ruskar Grismon, the Dwarven cleric.
Yeah, time to baptize the newbie.
Did you pick a god? Did you pick one of your gods?
Yes.
Ninja, wake up.
What's
the name of the character again, Ninja?
I'm here.
It's Ruskar Grismon. Russgar Grizzmon.
I'm going to call him Grim. I'm going to call him Corporal Grim.
Yeah.
I'm going to call him Russ.
Okay.
Present, Mr. Hand.
Yeah.
But if he's going to be Russ, he has to be Private Russ. So you could be a corporal if you're Grim, but you'll be a private if you're Russ. So you make that choice. You
don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
He's not the DM. He's not the DM anymore.
No, I'm not.
I'll leave it up to the DM.
No, I'm just joking, dude. Go ahead. Sorry.
Okay. Which god did you choose, man?
So, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this correctly or not, but Moradin.
Moradin.
All dwarves worship Moradin.
Moradin,
the Lord of the Mountain.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Moradin is one of
space.
Yeah. So Moradin, that being a cleric, you're gonna know the history of this. Moradin is one of the three, what they're known as the three guardians. They are the three gods. There are three gods that are actually planet-side after after the God War, and so many of the gods were actually perished. Moradin is one of those three, so he is actually on this side of the God Wall, and acts as an active guardian to this world. So, and he's also he's also revered as one of the prime deities. So his worship in the Ocheson Empire is actually encouraged, especially among dwarves. And you,
good choice.
You've actually been completing your studies, your cleric studies, in Duenwald at the temple to Moradin there, and it's then that one of the priests at the temple comes to you and delivers you a message and says that a person in the magisterium has asked for your presence. That there is a task that needs to be that they are sending a group on, and they are looking for someone to act as their healer. And they've approached your temple and asked if there was someone available. The priest said that there was, and they've actually come to you, and they've given you a letter that directs you on where to go. The letter, there's actually it's addressed at the Prosarian Academy. So are you going to go ahead and go there?
I think I will go there.
Okay. You follow the instructions in the letter. You go to the door to the entrance that they indicated to you, and you are actually met there by Arcanist Zedrus. And he says, excellent. Thank you for coming on such a short notice. I when this is completed, please give my thanks to your temple and to your bishop. If you'll follow me, I'll bring you into where the group is assembled, and I will explain the situation to all of you. So he motions you inside. You've actually never been inside the Prosarian Academy. This is where anybody who comes to study magic, this is where they go. And the Seraphinium Sanctum is very, very cautious about allowing people into any of their establishments. It's their way of basically protecting their own power. And you see students from every walk of life, almost any, all the main races. Interestingly enough, though, you see very few dwarves, maybe one or two. And you see no like half orcs, maybe an occasional dragonborn here and there, but that's about it. Everyone else is they're the basic basic races: human, elf, half elf, halfling, and there's actually a very few of those as well. But as he leads you through, this is just kind of pick up on this. And he eventually will lead you in, and as you walk in, you come into looks like almost like a classroom, actually, that they're just basically using for this particular meeting. And inside, you see everyone else. One by one, guys, they actually lead you into this, and you all eventually are come together in the same room. And
excellent.
One thing you do notice, however, is Chester, you would actually be kind of interested in this. Not only are there more guards, there's multiple guards. There's probably a half a dozen. There's 2 on the outside, 2 on the inside, and there's 2 in the back of the room of the magisterium of the magisters. All in that bronze and scarlet armor, all carrying long spears. There's also several arcanists. There's also several mages. There's one standing in the back, actually talking to one of the guards, and there's another standing with arcanist Zadrus.
Okay.
And
so this is pretty heavy. Because I'm rather passive, so I'm not used to seeing so much guards.
So you see, well, for starters, the biggest freaking Goliath you've ever seen in your life comes strolling in, and you know for a fact there's not a whole lot of Goliaths that walk around. You've never seen one at the academy. Mm-hmm. Looking out the windows, you've never actually seen one in the street. This is the first Goliath you've ever seen in your life, and he's freaking huge.
All right.
The elf who comes in, you've seen elves before. He's nothing, you don't immediately think of him as anything special. The cleric is interesting, though, because the Seraphinium Sanctum, even though they're in charge of kind of policing religion, they don't really address it very much. That's more of the magisterium. And it's usually the Justicars that deal with anything to do with religion, even though religion is very heavily policed.
No, so that would be the most interesting character to me then.
Right.
Okay.
Slick, you're actually let in. As you're being let in, Willow Wolf actually does accompany you there, and he says, "Listen, I know you don't want to be here, and I understand your predilections. This is a chance for you to regain the freedom that you feel you've lost.
I'm still free.
In your heart and in your mind, yes, but this is a chance for you to earn total freedom. So do your best. I believe in you. And I will be here when you are finished."
Can I overhear this conversation?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Give me a perception check.
Okay.
See if they're bringing you up here.
I rolled a 19.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You as the guards that are you're not in handcuffs anymore, and the guards are kind of pissed that they have to accompany you like this. They're like, we should be beating the shit out of this guy. So they're not holding you back or anything like that. And you're close enough that you could pick up on what they're saying as long as things don't get too loud.
But, no, am I still talking to what's his bucket?
Willow Wolf, yeah.
Okay, is he done talking or what?
He's done talking, yeah.
Because of your kindness, I will obey. But they must not treat me with disrespect.
There are many
Gives
levels
you the
of
side of the frickin' building size. No one's disrespecting your ass.
I'm gonna go up to all our new companions and just start sniffing them.
Very good. Now, are you a gnome or a dwarf? I forgot.
I'm a gnome.
Okay,
He's
so
a
I'm
gnome.
sorry.
He's like,
I am a barbarian gnome.
Part of
like 2.5 feet tall.
Point of correction. My attack beast, is not a dwarf. It's a gnome. It looks just like him.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a mechanical version of him, and I'm doing my best to make him more and more mechanical.
And he believes he is an orc.
Yes,
that's
your brother.
I've got written down. Yep.
Oh no, I should make it.
Down.
I should make it a female version of you. No.
You don't want that to happen.
Okay, it's not happening. It's not happening.
Oh jeez.
Oh no.
And then comes the twist.
Yeah. So the Goliath is let in. Like I said, Chester, you've never seen a Goliath before. You've seen drawings of them in books and whatnot. So you know what a Goliath is, but this is the first we've ever seen it. And for a Goliath, he's big. He's about as big as a Goliath could get. And he's actually wearing a version of the Magisterium armor. It's kind of altered because he's so damn big. So it's basically just the breastplate part and some of the and the lower body, like the greaves, but the arms, there is no goddamn way they had anything to fit him. So he walks in and
I'm taking notes, by the way. And on my chest, there's like this circle around where the heart would be. Of course, I don't have one of those. But there's like this glass or crystalline plate that's sitting on my chest. And you see readouts going across it. And if anybody reads Draconic, you see I'm taking notes on all the party.
Okay. He comes in. Slick, whatever weapon you decided you wanted to use.
Hey, can I roll to see if I can read Draconic?
No, you either have it or you don't.
Yeah, you have it or you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, I have.
Yeah. Now there are spells that let you read things, but unless you actually, it was one of the languages that was available to you at creation, you wouldn't know it.
Pretty much, if there's a spellcaster here, another arcanist, you would have it, but otherwise you wouldn't bother with it, right?
Right.
Well, you probably do know
Just
some additional.
Checking.
It's up to you what you decide to.
But you do see that, even if you can't read it, there's something going on in his chest. It's like it's weird. And by the way, the guys, none of you have ever seen a Warforged before. These guys are rare as hell.
Yes, that's why I'm looking at him and I'm thinking to myself, he looks kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd also be fascinated. You're a dwarf, right?
Oh yeah. So dwarves.
Yes, that's why I'm thinking to myself. Huh.
Yeah, you guys are tinkers.
Who made
that's
this?
An interesting thing.
Do
you actually say that? You just come out and say, "Well, who the hell made this thing?"
Well, do you?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, if I'm gonna, I'll try and stay in character.
Oh no, go ahead, man.
Character voice when you're saying something like this character.
Okay. Go ahead. No, interact with each other, guys. Go on.
But so who made this here contraption? Never seen anything like this.
I see your confusion there, sir.
Does anybody have any clue?
I am not a contraption. I am a living being. However, I can, as I said, understand your confusion. I have never seen a dwarf before either. And are you one of Moradin?
I am.
Oh, very fascinating.
'Tis me patron god. I love me some Moreland.
Well.
I did me studying and whatnot.
I just kind of knock.
Don't ask too many questions.
I knock on Dr. Zero's leg, and I like point at the our new party members, and I'm just like, food?
What languages do you speak, by the way?
I speak some Common and Orcish.
Orcish. All right. Well, I speak to you in Orcish, and I simply say, perhaps.
Jeez.
I just smile and I stare at them with like this very sinister grin.
Oh dear God.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Don't trust that little one.
Okay. So oh God. All right, so the rogue is the last one to come in. The guards they walk you to the door and they don't even say anything. They just turn around and start walking away.
I'll lift up my hands. Are they manacled?
Oh no, they were like told to treat you with absolute decency and respect.
As I walk away, I'll say, "Many blessings to you and long live."
Yeah, get fucked.
Empire.
Yeah, one of them just yeah, get fucked. They stomp away. They're pissed. The other two guards at the door are just like stone-faced.
Wow. Well, what an interesting party I've been brought to. This is the most diverse crew of adventurers I've ever seen. Holy.
So you want to describe yourself as you're coming in because you didn't describe yourself.
Well, I'll have I'm decked with studded leather armor, but on top of it, I've got a kind of like a colonial era frock jacket in black. My hair's pulled back, and other than that, I mean, I look like I have money, but that's what they should all see when they see me. But except I brought in by a couple of guards, so obviously I'm somewhat dubious as far as.
Well, no, the guards left you at the door, so they didn't come in with you.
Oh well,
yeah.
Okay, missed that part, but hey, that's cool. So I'll come in. I'm a high elf, and who do we have leading this? Who here is our leading this group of adventurers?
As you make the
That's perfect.
The little friggin' half, the little like weird looking. And by the way, you want to describe what your character looks like?
He's wearing nothing but a loincloth. It's just a loincloth, and then he has this gnome hat that's like a helmet with a strap around his neck that he always wears around with two little looks like bull horns kind of sticking out of the side.
Yeah, and these bullhorns are they're like longhorn horns.
Yeah, so it's that's basically what my character looks like. He's like a very small trident with the hat.
Awesome.
So you brought me here to lead the Empire's new carnival.
I actually found a better picture for my character, by the way.
I saw that. Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, you walk in, and so you guys see this shady looking guy come walking in. And as soon as he does,
shady, I look representable.
Arcanist Zadru "Oh, excellent. Come in. Sit down, everyone. Sit or stand." He looked at the Goliath. He's like, "You can stand if you want." They don't have a seat that would fit you anyway. And I will explain. I'll explain the situation. And as he does this, the other Arcanist that's with him, actually very attractive looking elven woman, long black hair, very, very serious.
Oh, I built an attachment for that.
Jeez, God damn it! Oh, you guys are gonna kill me.
Probably as cold as your metal frame, you fool.
Oh no, I've supplied a heat source to it. I consider it.
You actually do, Chester. If you actually do know who this other Arcanist is. She's one of the other few that actually had any interaction with you.
Okay.
You only know her. You only know her first name. She's Arcanist Inatharia. Inathyra.
Okay.
She's never had much interaction with you, and what interaction you did have with her was a bit cold. You get the impression that she is one of those that she's one of the arcanists who don't agree with Zadrush. She thinks that you are something that should just be studied,
Yeah.
and that's the end of it.
Yeah. Well, the problem with that is my character probably agrees.
Oh yeah, well yeah. I mean, whatever you want to think about it, but that's basically where she stands with that. But Zadrush kind of motions to everybody to come to and says, so for various reasons, as you know, the Empire has been, even though the war, even though our the hostilities with the Margosmos Concordian have been largely quelled with the ceasefire. The Empire's resources are still stretched quite thin, with various issues throughout the kingdom, and here at home there are some tasks that we feel we can farm out to other individuals besides the Magisterium. The Magisterium is already stretched quite thin, and several of you have debts that you must repay to the state. He actually looks at the elf when he says this, because he's not the guy that was talking to you, so he wasn't charmed. He thinks you're still here on parole, basically. And others have been wards of the state and being. We wish to see if you are ready to be on your own. And as he says this, he actually motions to you, Rav, and he motions to the Warforged. And says, so I'll get right to it. It's come to our attention that in the last few months, there have been several disappearances in the lower sections of the city. Local authorities and workers have not been able to discern what is happening, and it's reached the point where something needs to be done. So we believe that there may be something untoward happening in this district. It's quite possible that it is just typical mundane disappearances. People come and go all the time, but it's been there has been enough ruckus raised that something the Magisterium has decided to look into it. Obviously, we do not have resources to waste on this at this particular moment in time, so we have decided to present you with this opportunity. So your task is to investigate and determine if there is anything that needs to be done, and if necessary, deal with it. And he's actually talking to you, Dr. Zero, as he's speaking here.
I see. And very specifically, what information do they wish to gather out of character?
Basically, they want to know if these people really are missing, or if they've just is this just something, people overreacting? Is this the rabble just trying to cause problems? And if there is actually evidence of something taking people, they want it dealt with.
Okay, and where was that again?
It's in the lower. It's basically in the slum area.
It's in the city.
The low income section of the city.
All right, cool. So we're going to see if I get it. Okay.
So good, sir. You're saying that in our I guess what is the common name? The suicide slum, that people have been disappearing. Has there been?
I wouldn't use the word slum.
Well,
life in the capital is. life in the capital is actually quite good. It's it's not everybody is wealthy.
But has there been a significant disappearance? Has there been someone who is missing that is really kind of called the alarm?
I see.
So to say.
A high-profile character might be missing, and therefore we have been tasked with it. Oh, very observant there, young elf.
When you actually give me a, you guys can go give me a perception check if you want.
I rolled
13.
15.
8.
8. Okay.
Well,
yeah, everybody
really
else can do it as well if they want.
Yeah, 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
16.
Okay. For the 15 and the 16.
Oh, it's at 20.
Yeah, but you're dumb.
He's so dumb, but he gets
You
intelligence
see this?
for a
Okay,
second.
you do actually see this GOP, but you're like, I don't know what any of that means.
Mm-hmm.
When you mention that some like a potentially high profile victim,
Yes.
The female elf kind of stiffens a little bit.
Because if there were such an occurrence, I would really need to have as much information on the missing person so that I can do proper investigation.
An observation, young elf. I noticed that one of the arcanists has become tense. I do believe you have hit a chord, as they say.
And I will.
She is looking daggers through you now, man.
So she's tight-lipped and not happy. So I think persuasion.
I have an attachment for that.
Yeah.
God damn it. Zadrus actually interrupts. He says, to my knowledge, there has been no high-profile individuals to speak, but there has been enough.
I was roll for persuasion. I rolled a 20.
Persuasion to do what?
To try and appeal. So, because if there is someone who's so desperate to find out what happened to you, the more we can do and the faster we can get that information and the quicker we can affect and go into the situation, the sooner we can recover someone who is missing.
She says nothing, but Zadrus says, well, I mean, I can look into the situation further if you wish, but to my understanding, nobody of high import has lost a family member or has gone missing themselves. And he kind of looks at her, and she just she's still staring a hole through the friggin' the Warforged.
Is there a certain type of person?
And he says, but at any rate, it's unimportant. He's kind of nervous now.
Has it been children and women, men, adults?
My understanding is that it runs the gamut. The so-called reportings have been. There are some children involved. There are elderly. As I said, it's a mix, but there have been enough that it's become an inconvenience, and it needs to be dealt with.
Well, I would request any reports that have been written down so that I could study those.
Oh, of course. And he kind of motions like he waves his hand, and she kind of turns and she looks at him a little bit like, "Are you telling me what to do, son of a bitch?"
Ah, I see.
And then she just kind of walks over and she picks up a document off the desk in front of him, and then walks over. Actually takes it to the other elf, and she hands it to the rogue. Oh. And she has the look on her face is like, take this damn paper and shut the hell up.
And I'll say, thank you, milady. I'm very thankful, and I'm sorry I did not catch your name.
She turns. She hands you the paper. She turns and she walks away.
A young elf, her name is Intharia, and she seems very displeased. I think we have,
She's
to correct myself, touched a nerve. However, I must interject on the part of my new companions. I do apologize, everyone. This is new to me. I have not been out of the box, but I do believe in this situation we need some manner of remuneration. Am I correct in that, young elf?
as you talk, you can see her shoulders just stiffen, and her like she clenches her fist for a second, and then she goes back. She walks away.
What an amazing, what an amazing.
What are we going to do? I need a challenge or food.
Oh, I like that
We
voice,
are
dude.
just-
Yeah, I like that voice. You keep that up. That was sexy. That moves something in me. I don't know. I'm not going to mention why, but I like that.
But you have a part for that, don't you?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
that
do.
part.
We are.
I have an attachment
determining
for
our-
everything. Yeah. But anyway,
We are
basically
determining our
to
course of
simplify
action
that,
right
I
now.
asked, "What are you paying us?"
Zadru says, "Well, as of course, you will have you have a full range of any components or whatnot that you need. The sanctum will provide that for you, and I have." And he points to one of the magisterium guards, and he says, "And the magisterium has opened the armory to you. If there's anything else that you require, just let me know. And I do believe that there is." And he's kind of like he's shifting through some papers on the desk. It says, yes, the reward that has been put forward by the people of the district is 300 gold pieces for the return of the missing and if there is an individual or oh God, hard to believe, but a creature involved, the proof of the slaying.
I'm assuming that I've never earned money before, right?
Yeah, and you're like, is that a lot?
Well, I don't know, but it's exciting just to be able to get paid. I just think it's a concept of human life I have not experienced. However, I do walk over and I say, "Good Cyril, may I see the paper?"
Oh, of course, he hands it to you.
Okay. I look through the paper, and I don't know if you need a roll for it, but I'm going over the paper, and what I'm trying to do is find out exactly who it is that has actually filed this reward.
It's actually the reward is coming from. It's basically collected up from the people in the district.
Okay, so
they basically approached and they said, we need your help. We will pay for this to be done.
Okay, so it's not coming from some department or official.
No,
or
it's not
like
coming
that.
from the magisterium. It's not coming from the kingdom. It's not coming from the
I see.
sanctum. It's coming from the people.
Who in the magisterium has approved it, however?
It has actually been approved by the chief justicar. His name is Bransom Kotsk.
Okay, I
Kotsk.
I go through my database. Is he of that district?
He is not of the district. He is one of the highest ranking members of the magisterium, though. He is an actual justicar.
Oh wow, I note that down. You see the crystal giving out data.
Yeah. Now, due to some unfortunate events that may have happened to these people, is it necessary to bring back proof of their, I hate to say, but their remains?
If possible.
So that we could have a proper service for the poor souls. Of
course. If
poor things have befallen them.
If you can return their remains, that would be ideal. But more importantly is the dealing with the situation. If there is a situation at all, it is very possible that this is just people leaving or the typical ending of life.
Well, I think we have all that we need. When can we begin?
Immediately.
With that said, by the way, I look over to Bull. I says, "Bull, we're going to be needing my new experimental body bags, X23. Please put those into the carry gnome. Make sure you pick up apples or something. The opposite of what I said."
Yeah. No, I was looking on my hand trying to figure out what those words meant.
Old man.
Yes. Your name?
Did you say there was an armory?
Oh yes. You actually
like the armory. These people can talk as they will.
Oh, of course. And he motions to the guards, and they actually they step slightly to the side to open the doorway.
What is randomly sitting around?
I bid you all adieu until we see each other next.
Well, actually, it would be back in our laboratory. You'd have to do it later. I'm just trying to create a funny interaction between us, because I go to look for the body bags and I find a wedding dress or something,
If you you're trying to like just grab something and take it.
Yeah, well, like what's just randomly sitting around the room?
These are like just like typical desks. Like there's an inkwell in each one of them, pen there as well.
I grab an inkwell and quill, and I just toss it in the pouch thing. Yeah, in the thing. Yeah.
I have a mechanical version of you that has a large chest of drawers on its back. Yes.
And I just throw an inkwell in. Just
are you just okay? So you're not being that sleight of hand or anything. You're just grabbing it.
I'm just grabbing it. I'm walking straight over to it like it's nothing, and I'm just like open up the drawer and just throw it in there, and then I just smile.
Perfect. Oh, by the way, when you throw it in and you open it, you notice that I, being the caring soul that I am, I put your favorite chew toy in there.
Okay. Say Slick.
Do you said I can go to the armory, correct?
Yeah,
Am I allowed carte blanche in the armory?
You can, pretty much. None of the weapons in there are particularly like enchanted or anything. They're just, but they're all masterwork. So,
okay. So, do you remember what I said I wanted? There's 4 weapons.
I did not. Go ahead and list off for me, please.
I need a great sword, which is probably a little bit greater for somebody my size. I need a large maul, which is basically an axe and a hammer on the one end, axe on one side, hammer on the other.
Yep.
I need the blunderbuss, and I need
the firearm.
Yeah.
The guns are not commonplace, so
I can make that for you, sir.
Yeah. You can actually. You've got an artist who can actually make you one eventually.
All right, we'll talk to you later. Okay. Yeah. And I just need I need a nice dagger
because I am bristling beneath the plates of my body with firearms. Just so you know.
Which essentially a dagger for me is like almost an arming sword.
They're all going to do the same damage as normal, but the size is like what you need. But they let you take all of those.
And I can get ropes and all that other stuff and all the gear that we need, right?
Okay.
I would say, I would follow suit and arm myself with what is necessary, as well as request a case for scrolls, so I can keep this paper.
A scroll
safe.
case. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he was. We can prepare that for you.
And then a few other odds and ends that may get built.
Okay, any gear that you guys want that is like is non-magical is pretty much available to you.
Okay.
All right. Grab myself like a nice shield, crossbow.
Yeah. Well,
is there sized armor for me or not?
There is. You're already wearing, like I said, you've got you basically have the armor that you need. Like when they trained you, like they made some armor for you. So you have basically you have a suit of whatever type of armor you want.
Okay. Then
even though it's not technically a full suit, it could be a full suit. It's the same thing.
Okay. All right. I'm just making sure. All right.
Yeah.
All right. As you can tell, my character is impatient to be into action or into eating or carousing, as you'll find out.
Well, if you have an hour, I can make a firearm for you.
If you have time.
Certainly.
Lives are on the line, my friends, and we must make haste.
The Zeus is like, it's they want you to begin on this immediately. So perhaps
very well.
Can we have a carriage down to town?
Well, it's within walking distance. I mean, it's within the city, so.
Okay, I see.
I mean, I don't. I mean, I guess we could procure you a ride there if you wish, but
no trouble, good sir. I appreciate your enthusiasm.
Very well.
Old man.
Yes.
Do we have a spoor to follow?
We are tracking.
Spore to follow. Well, that would be part of your mission to see if there is any spore to follow, as you say.
So you are saying we just wander around this town?
Well, there are people to question and investigate. That's
I
part of
have
this,
investigate too. That's awesome.
I know you do.
So do I. So
Let us be about it then.
Well, so I pick up like a maul, like something that's smaller, that'll kind of fit my character, and just kind of put it on my back if I can.
Okay, you try to pick up a great maul, and it's like even though you're a barbarian, it's like nope.
I try and pick that up, but just something that's similar to it, but like smaller in size.
Yeah, so you grab a warhammer. I mean, a light hammer.
Yeah. And
okay.
There was I did want to get like there's two things. I wanted to get like little metal claws for like my fingers that I can.
That's something that your Dr. Zero can make for you.
Okay, and then the one last thing, my helmet. How damage wise and all that. How does this work?
What it does is basically you do a charging attack. It's basically just a normal attack, but rather than doing damage, you can choose to have them make a dexterity saving throw. If they fail the dexterity saving throw, they go prone.
And I can run through multiple people's legs with this because that's kind of what I wanted to do with this thing.
Right. What I was going to suggest is we can make a custom feat for you at 4th level. You can take that, and basically, if there's when you do succeed on a trip, if there is another person within 5 feet of you, you can immediately run to them and do the same thing.
Okay, that's cool.
We'll call it Cone Headmaster.
Yeah. So basically, as long as there's another person within 5 feet, you could just keep weaving through people.
It's like a big game of checkers.
Yeah, pretty much. But we'll work on that.
Okay.
In the downtime.
All right, fair enough.
But right now you do have the helmet, and the helmet, because of the way the horns are designed. If you do choose to do the trip attack, instead of doing damage when you do hit, instead of doing damage, they'd make a dex save. If they fail the save, they go prone.
Okay. And what would the DC be on that?
It would be for medium creature, I would say DC 13.
I'll be back in a second.
Yep.
All right, cool.
He's gotta go oil his joints.
Okay. So anyway, while that's going on, you guys get all your equipment. You get everything that you need. Is there anything else? It is at this point. It's you're actually getting. It's about midday, so it's about 4 or 5 o'clock.
So we're hanging around because I'm gonna go eat otherwise because Goliaths need to eat.
Oh yeah. I would ask I'm sorry, is what's his name still there? I forget his name. Arcanist? Yes.
Yeah, Arcanist. Yeah, he's there.
Will you be providing lodging while we're performing this quest? And if so, where will we stay?
Well, honestly, I didn't think it was going to take you that long. But if you do need to procure lodging, he actually he walks. He says, "One moment." And he actually walks out, and he kind of goes outside, and he talks to one of the guards, and one of the guards actually leaves. And about 20 minutes later, actually about 5 minutes later, a student, obviously a student of the academy comes. He's yes, Arcanist. Baron, do me a favor. Go to my quarters, and he gives him a small key. He says, "Procure that. Bring me 10 gold pieces, if you would please, and be quick about it." And he nods, and he Baron just kind of backs out. And he takes off. And about 10 minutes later, he comes back, and he's got a small stack of gold, and he hands it to that and the key back to the Arcanist, and he says, "Hey, this should be enough to procure and the lodgings you need for the next day or two.
Sweet.
And he gives you 10 gold.
So
wait, is this just for the elf? Why does the elf get all the good stuff here?
Nope, thank you. I will take care of it.
Oh yeah,
Rob returns.
I'm not entirely comfortable with everybody just taking orders from this elf.
Rob returns. He's got a leg of beef in his hand, and he's eating it.
He's eating half a cow.
I'll speak to the dwarf in Dwarven and say, "Oh, my friend, please. I mean nothing but success for all of us."
I sure hope so.
I say in Orcish to Bull, I say, yes, I do recall reading that dwarves and elves don't like each other. Maybe they will eat each other.
Old man, do you know?
I just smile at that.
I'm sorry, what was that, Slick?
Sorry.
Old man.
Yeah, I gotta pick up my kid. I'll be back in like 5 minutes, so sorry.
All right.
You know, I like women. I am bored.
What did you say? He wanted women?
Of course.
He wants a large.
He kind of gets red in the face a little bit. He actually looks at one of the guards and he's like, and one of the guards just kind of chuckles. He goes, "There's plenty of houses of lady favors in that area if you want to get your carrot wet."
Yeah.
Although,
Can
you could try.
Are we going out adventuring? Are we going for the challenge? Or are we going to sit here and talk?
I think we should leave immediately. I do agree.
We might as well. Daylight is burning.
Okay.
This is such a clusterfuck.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be awesome. Dude. It's gonna be awesome.
It is gonna be awesome because I know exactly where you're heading.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they open the gates up for you, and there's actually a carriage waiting for you guys.
Okay.
There's one problem. Ain't no way all you're gonna fit in it. Not with that Goliath.
Well, I will stay out with the Goliath because I do have my my metal gnome is carrying my stuff, so I will walk with the Goliath.
I go and jump on the horse's back.
No. As soon as you try, the driver is like, "Hey, get off of that!"
I scurry away.
Yeah, actually, he's like, "What the bloody hell is that?"
Automaton man.
And then I scurry up on top of the Warforged.
Okay, so now you're sitting on top.
Does he hiss a little bit too?
What is his name?
Bull.
Bull. His name is just Bull.
My little creature. He is allowed to ride me if he wishes.
Oh my God! Who runs Border Town?
Yeah, right. I look over at you and go, "Orc."
Orc.
Goliath.
Big orc. And I climb up on your shoulder.
Sweet.
I find this.
God. Okay, what are you guys doing here?
My taste.
Well, you got 3 of us walking outside. The rest of the guys can go in the carriage, right?
Just gonna sit in the carriage with the elf, I guess.
Okay, the carriage driver looks back at you guys and goes, "All right, where to?"
What's the name of the place?
It's in the lower section of the city.
Just take us to the filthy slums.
The suicide
you got
slums.
it. You got it. Like, yeah, he's not the like, you know, some hoity-toity. He knows when you say slums, he knows exactly what you mean. He says, "All right," and he snaps the reins, and the cart takes off.
I guess
where you guys are going to meet up at? Because you didn't say.
Just follow the cart.
Well, no, the elf was supposed to procure lodging, correct?
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Why do we need to go?
When we get there.
It's only like 4:30 in the afternoon. We're going to go to bed now.
No,
yeah, we're just gonna go out and finish our adventure first, and we'll have the money for lodging.
So half of you are on the cart, and you're on your way there. The other half are walking. So who all is on the cart?
Well, it looks like just Myself and the elf.
Okay, so the dwarf and the elf are on the cart.
I took off at a little jog to keep up.
Okay, your jog is faster than everybody else.
Of course,
because you're big.
Little
you guys can keep up. You guys can keep up with him though.
Little man, hold on, and I go off. Off we go.
Okay, Bull is having the time of his life. He's riding the biggest thing he's ever sat on in his entire life.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he's very happy.
Well, then I go over to my carry dwarf and to the drawers he has, and I press a little button, and a seat and arm rest come out, and I sit upon it and allow the metal gnome to follow along with the Goliath in leisure.
Okay, so this little gnome. So basically, a seat pops out of this freaking gnome.
Out of the chest of drawers, actually. But
yeah, out of the chest of drawers. The Warforged parks its butt in this thing.
Perches, I think, would be the word. Yes.
Yeah, pulls his feet up, and this little damn thing just starts scurrying down the street. And it is the odd. You get more looks like this is, and this actually is new for you because you've never been outside the academy.
Oh, I'm enjoying. I'm prepared. I'm ready.
Everybody's watching. Everybody is staring at you like, what the freaking hell? So you got everybody's attention, guys.
I do like the queen. I do the side to side.
Okay, as you're traveling, you're actually passing by. You're waving at people. Most of them are just like, "What the hell?" Some of the mothers like pulling their children in because you got this giant Goliath jogging down the street with this thing on his shoulder, and a mechanical monster riding another mechanical monster, waving at them like they're the freaking queen. Yeah, some of the kids actually do kind of like like hey, hi, they kind of wave back, but then their mothers immediately like scurry them off. But
as I see a mother scurry the child off, I says, "Probably wise, my lady. I might well have experimented on it. I have not seen one of those yet."
The woman's and the kid's eyes just go wide, and she literally picks him up and she starts running.
Okay, we have to come up with a name for the team because come on, something squad needs to come out of this because it's weird. The freaking elf and dwarf sitting in luxury in the damn carriage are the only normal thing in the party.
All right, so for experience, we're gonna say you guys do manage to come together in the same area downtown. It only takes about you guys in the carriage. You're waiting for about 10 minutes or so, and
I annoyingly smoke my pipe and blow it in the elf's face.
Oh my God! Fight him!
I'm speaking to Bull on my shoulder. Yeah, little bit of a man.
I look over at you. I'm just enjoying the ride, but I notice you. Yeah.
Your name, little man.
Bull.
Bull. Good name. If you see a large woman or good food, point them out and we will go there later.
I start looking around and I just start pointing at random people in the crowd. Food!
Right. Well, he is a cannibal, You have to kind of take that into account.
He eats anything. And I wasn't quite sure how he actually worked out his alignment proper because I just put him down as chaotic stupid.
Leave it perfect.
Chaotic neutral, stupid.
Yeah. Chaotic neutral, stupid. Yeah. What is the alignment of the party? What's your alignment, Bill? Bill, he had to go.
He's still picking up his
sorry,
kids.
Ninja. What's your character's alignment?
Good.
So just
chaotic or lawful or neutral,
or chaotic.
I'm just gonna say neutral.
Neutral good. All right.
So neutral good.
I think okay. Yeah, neutral good. I'll say.
All right. And of course, chaotic stupid. What is the Goliath alignment?
Mostly lawful good, but he leans a little bit to the neutral.
So why don't you just make him lawful neutral?
Lawful neutral.
Because he's good. He's good.
Well,
like if he sees injustice, he'll do something about it.
All right, I'm gonna put you down for neutral good then.
Okay.
All
so
right, I'm back.
what do you classify as injustice?
Well, according to the book, they don't like to they don't like things that are out of order.
Oh, see. So if I am experimenting, say autopsying something, therefore trying to put something in order, I'm good, right?
Possibly.
There you go. Awesome. Bill, what is your alignment of your elf, please?
Well, as far as you know, I am lawful good.
Okay, as far as the DM knows, what's your freaking alignment?
Well, no,
Yes,
the reason why I
Can
would
I
know.
roll to see if he's lying?
Well, okay.
We're not just having this conversation in character.
Well, no, because I'm curious of my character to make a decision because I just have neutral down, but I would really, really, really love this character to be neutral evil.
That's probably going to be problematic, man.
Okay, then I am neutral. I'm neutral with curious tendencies. How's that?
That's fine.
Okay.
Your understanding of life is a little odd, so you've only been around.
There it is.
I guess it all depends. It all depends on whether, like, stepping on other people for your gain is okay.
No, he's not that.
Well, don't get me wrong. I expect you guys to be nothing but murder hobos.
No, well then.
Sure. Okay, so
that's a basic way to define whether or not it's good or not.
Okay, but what is Eldred's true alignment, please?
Chaotic good.
Okay.
He's not a bad guy, and you guys haven't really met him yet.
And, Warforged neutral.
We put a question mark next to that.
Yeah, neutral question mark. I gotcha.
Well, so we got chaotic stupid and neutral question mark. It's perfect.
Yeah. Well, and lawful good with predilections for debauchery.
Yeah. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, I get it.
Lawful good. I mean, really, lawful good doesn't have to be Poly Pureheart.
No, it doesn't. Not at all.
It just has to be, obeying the law.
Okay, so you guys, you do find yourself in the slum areas. There's quite a bit of activity, even though this situation is happening here. So it's either, and Ocheston is Duenwald is a big city. It's the biggest city on the continent.
So this is a very densely populated, like people living on top of one another, building,
Cool.
Yeah, this is basically New York.
And how much of the steampunky feel comes out in the slums?
You do see
like
there is actually lighting on the streets. The streets are cobblestone.
What's the fuel?
It's arcane. But there is like a lighting system. There is a power system going through the city. It's you do see the occasional steam contraption going by. It's low level, especially in this area. It's pretty low level, but in the more affluent areas, there's much more of it prevalent.
And
if you do look skyward, you do see the occasional airship.
And what are my olfactory senses detecting?
There's a lot of there are a lot of street vendors, so you're seeing fruit and things like that, street meat, that kind of stuff.
What is the overall odoriferous pallor of the slums?
You do smell a bit of waste, like typical waste or whatnot. There is a sewer system in the city. And in fact, as you're walking along, you do see several places where you could actually access this sewer.
Okay, I take note of that.
So I'd like to get cracking and start looking for more of the homeless who may have been victims of this crime and not even known that they're disappearing. No one in the government no one in the establishment would even care if they're disappearing. So they would have probably been fallen prey to first.
Fair point.
Yeah. Information.
Who's the contact point on the reward, by the way?
The contact point on the reward is actually it's just a typical person. The name is Benjamin Carter.
So I think I would want to seek this person out first. Point of contact.
Okay. All right. You can actually ask around in the area if you want. As you're doing that, you do see flyers up on some places that have notices, saying, magisterium creating curfew, things. Basically, it does look like the magisterium was trying to do at least something here to address the disappearances. But as you're walking around, you don't see a whole lot of law enforcement in this area. The people that you do see that do look like they just basically look like your basic guards, your basic militia. They're wearing kind of beat up armor. They do have some kind of badging of the Empire, but
So this is more,
they're definitely not magisterium.
They're more of the people who live here who are militia.
Right. These are just basically like your typical marshals and deputies.
Okay.
I would like to help search for this guy. I'm just gonna start running up to random hobos and just yelling, "Benjamin Carter!"
Oh, Jesus Christ! you run up. The first one you run up to, the guy starts driving. He goes, "Is that you, Bob?" And then the one next to him looks at him. He goes, "Oh, jeez, God! What the freaking head is this thing?" And he just kind of like kicks out at you. He's like, "Get away! Oh, God!"
I just start running around randomly, just yelling out the name.
Okay.
Since there's nothing for me to do, I go to a food cart run by a pretty young lass and get some food.
Gollum, your troll is running amok. He's going to destroy our credibility.
Oh, yeah. Well, it is my first time out in public. I shall rein him in. Bull, Bull, young Bull, please, Bull, come here, come here.
He starts running back to you, but he still keeps yelling the name out.
Bull, food. I throw him some food.
He shuts up and he starts eating.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, it'll cost you. It's like 1 silver, and you get like a big handful of street meat to chew on.
Now I go over to the homeless, the first one who was quite took back by Bull's activities. I go over and I say, I do apologize for my.
Oh, Jesus
companion.
Christ!
Zero.
What's going on? He grabs the other guy and starts dragging him away, and he goes, "What's good? Is that Bob?"
No. Calm yourself, good citizen. I have some questions for you.
Zero.
Don't hurt me.
All right.
Zero.
I use my
frightening as your troll.
Yeah, well, this is seemingly true, young elf. I use my persuasion to calm him down.
Okay, give me a roll.
21.
All right. He goes, "Okay, just don't hurt us. All right, what do you want?"
I am. And I pull out my badge, by the way. Whether I was given one or not, I made one. If not, but I pull out my badge and I say, I am a representative of the Seraphinian, and we are here investigating the disappearances. I am curious, good citizen, are you aware of any information regarding? And while I'm doing that, I'm using my investigation abilities, looking him up and down and trying to take any kind of information I can about he himself, right?
Okay. People say, "Well, you know what, dude?" Sheldon said, "People say Jesus in this place." Well, he did. So you're just gonna have to deal with that.
Jesus is just like a random name.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. Go ahead and give me an investigation roll.
Sure.
I'm chatting up a young lady, asking her if she knows any
scared to death of you.
No, hold on a second.
Lass, I'm looking for a large woman. Do you know of a large woman?
She kind of points to one of the food carts where there's a big fat lady.
A large, attractive woman.
She points further down the road.
Thank you.
Okay. Just curious, are we doing anything with natural 20s or not?
I don't. Okay. Oh, that is something I forgot to mention you guys.
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't have to do what I did. You can do your own thing.
No. I'm gonna mention that I don't give fate points for natural 20s.
Mm-hmm.
But you do start every game with one.
Okay. So yeah, I see what you're doing. You earn them through roleplay.
I give fewer of them. Yeah, and every game session, even if you spend it this session, next session you will have one. And I do give them for like special things though, but you can use them for more. They're more powerful in the way I do things.
Okay, so that's a 26 on the investigation roll.
So they don't stack. It's essentially use it or lose it. In every session you have one.
Well, if I give you one beyond the one that you're supposed to start with, that one
Right,
you keep that until it's spent. You keep that one until it's spent.
But otherwise, it's a use it or lose it situation.
Right.
Okay. Thank you.
He is. Well, first off, he's scared to death because he's never seen anything like you guys before, and you've got a giant tromping around behind you asking for women to screw.
Yeah, it's perfect.
He doesn't seem to know much because well, everybody knows. Everybody knows.
Knows what,
I mean,
sir?
actually, well, something's taking people.
And your speculation on the matter?
Oh, I thought it was you folks up there in the damn mage school taking people and doing experiments on them and stuff. But if you're down here looking, I mean,
what would make you think that, sir? What led you to this conclusion?
Well,
That
everybody
the
knows mages are always doing strange stuff with magic and all that.
I see. So it's simply ignorance. I understand. Therefore, what did I get from the investigation of this individual himself?
He's obviously homeless. He's not being disingenuous. He just doesn't particularly know a whole lot.
I see. All right. So could you tell me, good citizen, where is, would you say, the concentration of disappearances coming from?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of it has been happening down on the in the warehousing district around the waste disposal. I guess there's been. I lost a couple of our friends, and he taps the drunk guy and he goes, "Hey, Bob." But he's like, "That's Bob's one of them. That's why he keeps asking for him." But I mean, I really don't know. I mean, I'm sorry. Please, can we go now?
Oh, kind sir, we thank you so much for your time.
Yeah.
Dr. Zero, we have traumatized this young man enough. Let's move on.
He literally grabs the guy and he just starts slowly walking away.
I see. Well, I turn my attention to the elf and it says, "Interesting. You use the word traumatize. How do you apply that in this situation of simple conversation?"
Let's say
I finish my food and I just start. I'm sorry. I was just gonna say I finish my food and I just start yelling again. Benji Carter, Benji Carter.
Oh my goodness. No, your appearance is so alien to these individuals that you will create fear.
I see. So it is not my words; it is my appearance. Maybe
essentially,
I can create an attachment for that.
Your appearance has created you become though, as you said, ignorance. Those who are unlearned have no clue as to what you are. So you are somewhat monstrous in appearance. So please take that into account with your further interactions.
I shall. Thank you very much for the counsel.
As you guys are talking, a couple of guys make
automaton zero. I've discovered that there are a lot of women down the road.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Yes. Yes,
I've discovered that there are large women down the road. Bull, let us go.
All right.
Now, I'll look at the Goliath. I'll say, my three-legged friend, we are not here for carousal. We are here for our freedom. Or no, we're here for our reward.
This is taking too long.
Well, I do have information for us, Goliath, sir. I do believe we should head to the warehouse district.
As you guys are talking, give me a perceptions check.
20. Oh my God, I got a 20.
17 here.
That would be a 21.
Okay.
5.
You don't see shit.
All of a 5. I think I'm distracted.
I don't see anything because right now I've got my thumb and my forefinger pinching the little piece of above my nose, and I'm trying to get rid of a migraine.
Okay. Everybody that got above a 15, you see a couple of as this freakish little gnome is running around screaming, "Benji Carter, Benji Carter, Benji Carter." Some of those guards that weren't paying much attention and were kind of just screwing off, they're starting to walk over towards you guys.
Oh, thank God.
And
That's just who I wanted to talk to.
As they approach, they go, "Hey, is this thing belong to you?"
I come over to it, and I hold up my Seraphinian badge, and I say, "Indeed, Bull, come, heel."
Is that thing made out of tin?
Well, I don't know. I kind of assumed I would have a badge.
They didn't give you anything.
Well, I made one, and it's perfection, sir.
What I do have is in my scroll is a letter of authenticity of our mission. So I shall pull that out and say, "Hey, this is what has been issued to the magistrate. We are their agents, and we need to meet with Benjamin Carter or go directly to the source. And we have decided to go directly to the source of the issue. So thank you and good day." And I'll roll persuasion. And I hit a where is it? 4, 9, 15. Nope, 13. 13.
13. Okay.
So it should be above 10. It should be more than 10, right?
He looks at you a little bit and he's like, "What? All right. Well, what do you want to know?"
We need badges.
We don't need no stinking badges.
I see. There you go. Someone's paying attention.
Please tell Benjamin Carter that the magistrate has sent their agents, and we are on the case. And we'll head towards the waste district or the waste system.
I thought you said the warehouse. You thought you said the warehouse is where they were mainly.
The warehouse district.
Yeah. We're heading to the warehouse district.
Yeah. Okay. The warehouse district is down near the waste disposal, is what he said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Shouldn't we ask these guards about these disappearances at all? Wouldn't they have any clue at all?
Well, have at it, Mr. Dwarf, please.
So
they're starting to walk off.
Before the guards walk away, the little dwarf guy, Russ, goes, "Hey there, you guardsmen, come here for a second."
What? They kind of look at each other. One of them kind of exasperated, looking at his face, and goes, "What do you want?"
"Hey, we're here on a little investigation, as your paperwork saw."
"Yeah, we saw that."
"So have you guys heard of any disappearances around here?"
"Well, yeah. It's been reported several times. If you ask me, it's just it's just typical shit. People getting drunk and falling off the end of the lying dead somewhere in the ditch. The people getting tired of being here and awful, and they just move on. What about it?"
"Well, I was just wondering if you had any suspicious characters around that you might have any clues."
"You mean besides
that
yourselves?"
might aid us. Well, I guess you're kind of right on that. Just coming out here, just saying, "Hey, we're from the magistrate. What reason do you have to trust us? Other than the letter?"
"So what do you want?"
"Just looking for clues. Trying to help us out."
"Yeah, you want a clue?" There's nothing down here. It's just typical people living in shit.
Can I, while I'm listening to this conversation, may I roll what do you want me to roll? Insight, investigation, deception? I want to see if this person's being honest.
Insight would be, yeah.
All right.
Insight.
I rolled a natural 1. That's yeah.
As far as you can tell, this man is 110% stand up, telling you like he's absolutely right.
Do you want me to roll insight?
You can do whatever you want.
You have a need to.
There was a glitch in your program for a second.
Yeah, there was.
I'm going to roll an insight. Let's see here, just for fun.
God, forget Goliath rolling insight.
Well, I'm sniffing them over. 17.
Okay. He's not. It doesn't seem like he's lying. He just doesn't give a shit.
Very good man, an honest man.
I sniff.
That's the kind of guard you need.
I sniff and I say to the dwarf, "Forget these dunderheads that he wouldn't find their own ass in their closet."
Well, the dwarf nods and says, "Good day, gentlemen. Thank you for your time."
Yeah, well, good. Yeah, the one guy just kind of, Jesus Christ. And the other guy goes, "Hey, good luck then. If there is anything, let us know."
"I definitely will."
Okay, so we head to the warehouse district. Cutscene.
Okay. You guys are heading down there?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yep. And we're
guess
on the
so.
way, and I will reconnoiter. So, because you all are like a freaking bright light in the underdark.
Oh, we're a brass band, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
But dude, I have several things that can shed illumination. By the way, if you need.
I'm sure you've got an app for that.
I do. On like everything. Okay, as you guys are down there, it's you're getting closer to dark at this point. It's about 6:30, and go ahead and give me. Everybody can go ahead and give me investigation checks.
Okay. Ooh,
4.
Wow, I'm like you, Slick. I'm going 21-20. So that's a 26. Damn.
Okay.
God, that dice doesn't like me.
14.
Wait.
I rolled a 10.
Wow, on my dice, the 20 and 1 are literally on the opposite side of each other. Huh.
That's how it normally
man,
is.
whatever.
I never paid attention.
Cool.
26 here, however.
Okay.
9 for me.
All right. Everybody, anybody that has a 15 or above.
I didn't get a 15.
As you guys are looking about, you do see Chester. You do see some people milling about. Those of you with a 15 or above, you do see there's a looks to be a young homeless man, maybe in his early teens, kind of like trailing around behind you. Every time you guys turn to look, he kind of ducks. Chester, you notice this guy 110%. He's been following you ever since your exchange with the with guards. And he's just kind of like ducking. Every time you guys turn to look at him, he just kind of like ducks out to make it look like he's not doing anything.
I speak quietly to my party, trying to keep the sound of my whispers within the ball of our confidence. And I say, you do realize we're being followed.
Well, we do now.
I would. What? By who? What is it? Man, woman, child?
You look at that crystal plate on my chest, which I kind of turn toward you, and I put a bring back recording of him peeking around the corner behind us.
Okay. You see on his chest, it's almost I don't remember. It's almost like an old style TV.
Yeah, sure.
So it's a little pixelated, a little grainy, but you can clearly see this young. It looks to be about 16, 17 years old, dirty, homeless guy, kind of trailing behind you. And then every time Chester turns to look at him, he ducks around. So you clearly see, and you clearly see where he was last.
I'm going to start dashing in that direction.
Okay.
Full speed movement.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So while he's doing that, it's like I'm going to double.
Does anybody hear me?
Not yet. No, we're not hearing you yet. But just 1 second though, Slick. Bill Bull, as you run off, I say in Orcish too. I say, we do need it alive.
Okay, go ahead, Slick.
0. Do
Yes.
you want me to fetch that?
I do believe that would be beneficial. I look at everybody in the group because I'm new at this, and I think that would be beneficial. Don't you think?
I think we need a chain on that damn gnome. I can double back. I could have doubled back and surprised that guy, and I think I'll try to see if he runs away. I'll try and cut him off if he runs away.
I understand your consternation, good elf, but I do believe Bull will drag it back, screaming and kicking, sir.
More attention.
I go after Bull because he said go. So I go after Bull, and actually I'm not really going after Bull. What I meant was to go after the person he pointed out, but I go over there. Now, do you want me to roll to see if I can actually contain both at the same time, or just
hang on, because Bull ran first.
Yeah.
All right. So Bull, you run full speed around the corner, and this guy is like, he's standing at the corner. He looks like he's getting ready to look around the corner. Just as you come around, he's like, "Oh, jeez, God!"
I want to. I just want to climb on top of him.
Okay.
Bite his ears.
That's what I want to do. I want to bite his ear.
Give me a grab.
No.
See if you could grab a hold of him and climb up him.
Oh, that's a pretty bad roll. What do I add to that? Just my strength, or?
Yep.
That's only a 10.
He got an 11. So you run, you grab hold of it, he starts stumbling back. He's like, oh God, help me! It's killing me! It's trying to kill me! And he actually manages to push you off, and he turns to run, and he trips and he falls.
I am in motion, by the way. Well, because you attached him as a familiar, so I see everything that's going on. Since he took his bite action, I'm going to use my action to cast a spell through him. Okay.
No.
You can you can try to do a touch spell with him. Yeah.
Yeah. I cast Shocking Grasp.
Oh my God.
We don't want to kill this guy. Yeah, I was just gonna I wasn't trying to do lethal damage. I was just chewing on his ears.
Yeah, I know. I understand. It'll be all right.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Is that the Shocking Grasp? You don't have to roll the hit. Do you use that, or is that a save?
Oh no, it's just a touch. It's already done. So because it's going through him. Yeah. So let me just do it real quick. It's not that bad, guys. It's not that bad.
It's only 1d8 lightning damage. It's all right.
He takes.
You still got to roll to attack though, right?
No, I'm casting through him, and he attacked, right? Or do I have? Maybe I have to.
It is.
I can make it. I'll make an attack roll. Why not?
Yeah. You got to determine how you want to do that because it's a melee.
Yeah, no. Because I have the ability battle ready with my character, so every roll I make goes through my intelligence. It's ridiculous.
Right.
Therefore, that right there, sir, is a 24.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Okay.
All right,
he takes 6 points of damage.
Okay.
You just scorched all his hairs.
Gotta make a roll for this dude because he just took half his hit points.
He has how many hit points?
Okay, he has 10 hit points. So you took actually over half his hit points.
Yep.
He's just a normal person, dude.
Yeah, I understand that. I wasn't trying to kill him. That's why I used the soft spell.
Yeah. You zap him, and he immediately passes out.
And
I guess we're not figuring out who that was.
No, we certainly are. Bull's going to be dragging that back, I am sure.
Oh yes, I start pulling him.
You tried to catch him, and then all of just completely without your control, your arm reaches out, grabs him by his ankle, and he stiffens, and then and there's some smoke rising up off of him.
It worked to perfection.
And then I just start dragging him back in the direction of the group.
I'm heading that direction anyway, so
as you start dragging him, the Goliath, you come around the corner and you see this little gnome dragging this dude who's smoking around the corner, and he's just got this look on his face like, I'm hungry.
Now, when he gets this human, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Well, just a minute. Let me do something. Bull, shoulder. I just picked the guy up.
Okay.
I was actually asking, what is your strength, GOP?
What's up?
What's your strength?
16.
Okay, yeah, so you could drag him, no problem. All right.
Now.
Okay, so the Goliath reaches down, puts his arm down so that Bull can scurry up, and then just picks this guy up and just literally puts him on his shoulder and just walks out.
Now, when you guys get him back over here to me, I will use. I go to the dwarf who's still sitting there next to me. My mechanical gnome. Sorry. I do pull out the medical kit out of my chest of drawers on top, and I will administer medicine to him, and that is a 22.
Okay.
I've given Bull a piece of meat for being a good boy.
Nice.
Did you take it off of the guy?
Maybe.
No, I've had meat since I went to that cart back there a little bit. I didn't eat all at once.
Okay, so that you the healer's kit, he stabilizes, and he's just
And he sees me first thing in his face. I say, hello.
He's very weakly starts trying to crawl away.
Okay, I take my hand, I put it on his left arm, because I'm right there in touch with him. Hold on a second. I put it on his left arm, and my hand turns into like a manacle around him, and it staples into the ground.
Oh, just why are you doing this to me?
I'd like to, observe the area and see if we're being watched and who is watching us.
There's not very many people walking around down here right now, but a few of them did see you guys, but they're like take one look at the glass and like nope, and they just turn around and walk the other direction.
Okay. I walked over to where Zero is holding him down and go, "Hush! Why were you following us?
Good question.
You said you were looking for who's taking everyone.
Yes.
I saw it.
Information. Please tell us.
Please don't kill me. I won't tell anyone. I swear to God.
Yes, continue. I'm waiting.
No, he's blubbering. Please, I want to go home.
I'm a priest, right?
Yes.
So let me talk to him. Be like, lad, it's all right. We're not going to hurt you.
Fine. Leave it to me. I'm going over here with Bo.
Calm down.
Don't let them hurt me anymore, please.
No one's going to hurt you. Take the manacle off of him. Take the manacle off of him.
Of course, good dwarf. I take off the manacle and I step up.
He actually grabs a hold of the dwarf. He's like, please, God, please don't let them hurt me anymore.
Don't worry. The dwarf kind of consoles him, gives him the bro hug, and patting him gently, kind of looking at the rest of you guys like, Jesus Christ, what did you do?
Give me a persuasion check.
That's awesome.
18.
I'm going to love this campaign, dude. This is gonna be fun.
Add your charisma. Yeah.
Plus my charisma.
Yep.
He slowly regains composure himself. He's blubbers lower.
Plus 8.
Thank you, sir. Are you really from the magisterium?
Yes, lad.
We are.
I am from the Seraphinian, if that makes you feel happier, which probably doesn't.
No, it doesn't. He looks
I'll whisper to Dr. Zero, please just be quiet for now.
Certainly. I thank you for your advice, Elf.
I've been trying to tell people I've been doing this, but no one believes me. It's coming out of sewers. It's in the underground. It's this terrible thing. It looks like it's got it boils and it's all over. It's a monster.
Please be more descriptive.
Well,
Sounds like
tell
a
us,
challenge.
lad. It's all right. It's all right.
Oh, sure. But anyway, I told the Night's Watch, but they just blew me off, and nobody's doing anything to help us. It's coming. It used to only come once in a while, but now it's coming every night.
Lad, young lad, what's your name?
My name's Deuce.
Deuce, can you be brave? Can you be brave to save us?
No.
We're going to save you, Deuce, but I need you to be brave.
What do you want?
I need you to show me the last place you saw this beast so that we can go after it. You see the monsters behind me, my companions, the strength, the amazing ability that we have.
Then to shit myself.
We want this monster, Deuce. I know you did, Deuce. I can smell it, but that's why we call you Deuce, right? That's okay, Deuce.
You gotta have a go at me at the same time.
Deuce, I'm gonna pull out a silver piece. I want to give it to him. I'm gonna say Deuce, and I'm gonna grab his hand and I'll put it in his hand and hold his hand. I'll be Deuce. I need you to be brave and show me where you last saw this beast, so we can pursue it.
I'll show you where it came out of. I'll show you where it came out of, but I'm not going in there.
I don't want you to come in, Deuce. I want you to run after we're done. I want you to go and find a nice. I want you to find a nice bosom to go lay your head in after this. Okay? Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Go do
Right.
that.
And he looks at the door and breaks me. You come with me, right? You're not gonna leave me to them.
Of course, lad. Don't worry.
Okay. All right. And
I'm the
he kind of
spiritual guidance for these miscreants.
Yeah, you are actually, dude. You actually are.
he grabs like your shoulder and he's just like
You
starts
nothing,
leading.
my gods, little man.
Oh, him.
Oh shit!
Come on, Longshanks. He's already shit his pants once. We don't need to repeat. We need to find the monster.
I don't think I have any left. But all right.
I speak to the dwarf, not to the
starts-
blubbering boy.
Starts leading you guys down the street, and he leads you to it looks like a large like a opening to a cistern, and he points at it and he says, "It comes out of there. I saw it."
You see, were there tentacles, claws, eyes?
No, no shit. I don't know. Maybe it looked diseased.
Does it look human, or did it have no shape at all?
I don't know. It had arms and legs. It was covered in this ratty cloak and everything. It just, oh god. I don't even want to think
Deuce,
about it.
Has there
Deuce,
been?
Here's another silver piece, Deuce. Thank you.
Was there anything in his description that would prompt me to make an arcane roll?
Not really. He's just kind of like, he's just wearing these robes. It was it.
And boy,
Deuce, and I want you to know, if you're lying to us, we'll be back.
I can secure his tracking if you would like.
Oh God, please no! Don't let him do anything to me. He's clutching the friggin'.
I'm talking to the elf.
Boy, come here.
Calm down, lad.
Blubbering boy, come here.
What do you want?
You took courage to come to us. You have more than you know. Here's another silver.
Okay.
Now be gone.
Hey, he bolts.
May blessings of the gods be upon you, lad.
Okay. He just waits as he's running away.
Oh my gosh, the back of his legs are brown. You see that? Okay.
As he's running away, I hold up my right arm, panels open on my forearm, and what looks like a barrel of a gun comes up, and I look over at the elf and says, "I can track him if you'd like," while my arm is pointing directly at him.
No. Do not harm the poor wretch anymore. We can find him if we need him.
So I
damn near
power down.
And if we do, and I'd have to say, if we do not complete our mission, we'll find him in the sewers as well. So let's take care of this.
Oh, that is a good point, Elf. I think you are a wise elf. I enjoy your counsel.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right,
The
so
challenge is afoot. Let us be gone. Let us be gone into the sewer.
So we're at 2 hours and 2.5 hours here, guys. We can either keep going. I'm okay with keep going, or we could pick this up next week.
I jump into the sewer.
I'm down.
I'm good for a little while longer. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, let me go ahead and change the picture up here as you guys jump into the sewer.
I'll go stealth and climb in.
Okay.
I'll jump into the hole and land.
Okay.
Well,
flying.
This cistern is actually it's pretty good size, but for you, man, you got to really squeeze through this opening.
Ow.
It'd
been a nice entrance if I could just jump in.
It would have been, but guess what? You are a big,
you're big dude.
You're a big slab of beef. So
I know. I got a big slab of beef for some large woman if I can just find her.
That's why I'm going to start calling you tripod. So Zero, put give me one of your trackers. I want to put it on my belt.
Okay, so what's the marching order here, guys?
Well, I was going to go in first and make sure it's all clear. And I think I'll take the lead with
I'll go behind
with the dwarf.
Okay. Actually, let me.
If that's all right. No, that's probably not smart. Let's just go.
I mean, I'm your barbarian, so I'm probably going to be one of the people you want to take damage. So I should probably go up in front with. It should probably be the fighter and me up in front, honestly.
Well, That's true. I mean, but scouting never hurts. I can go in first, and then you guys can go in once we secure.
That's a good point.
Me and Bull can go in to get in next.
Okay, so scouts first, and then so the thief is first, and then the gnome and the Goliath.
Yeah, I'm bringing up the back. I would think, and I transform my gnomite into tunnel mode, which means the dresser drawers kind of fold into a long pattern instead of a high one.
Okay. All right.
So just to make sure we're establishing it, I'm going to go in, make sure the landing's secure, and then single in the rest of the group. And but neither of them are proficient in checking for traps, and I am. So I'll do what I can ahead of the group.
All right. So you drop down. There is a ladder to get back out if you have to. Again, it's going to be a squeeze for the Goliath, but he does manage to make it through. You see this drain in the middle of the floor here. It's wet here, but it's not. There isn't any running water at this point.
Bull, I feel like I'm going through a birth canal.
He just smiles and nods. He's just looking for something to kill.
It is very dark down here. Other than the dwarf and the elf. Actually, the Warforged, the Warforged has dark vision, does it not?
I
gnomes
have,
do too.
Yeah, I have actually the best dark vision here. I think I got 120 feet. 20. I think it's 120. Yeah.
All right. So
he's got everything. He's like the Swiss Army guy.
I am. That's exactly what I am. You might want to put another token up for my my fighting gnome, by the way.
Okay, I can actually make another one real quick.
Swiss Army Busby. Riding on the trail.
Actually, I'm looking forward to playing the character. I think it's going to be fun because
going through the sewers that smell like hell. Yeah, that'll be great.
I know a lot of people think that like lawful good is boring or lawful is boring, but you're gonna find this lawful guy is quite a fun guy to be around.
Well, I mean, quite honestly, most of medieval Europe was lawful good. I mean, they followed the laws, they followed their nobility. They were still raucous and crazy and did all kinds of shit. So it's all good.
Okay. As you drop down in here, like I said, it's very dark, but you guys, most of you don't have any problem seeing. It's slick. It smells like piss and shit, and yeah. So and then over here at this pipe over here, you do see a little bit of it trickling out. There's a little bit of in the middle, but there's not a whole lot. It doesn't look like this is one of the areas where there gets a lot of traffic through.
Okay, I'll move my distance away from the party with stealth.
Okay.
I rolled a 13 plus 8, so I'm pretty good for stealth right now. 21.
All right. So.
And if it's possible to make sure check for traps too, would that be
okay? Yeah, you go ahead and give me a check for traps roll.
Okay, I'm not sure exactly how to do that.
It's for you that'd be a perception, and if you have
perception works, and I actually that's the one I'm gonna make my double down would be perception, but yeah, I'm at 22.
Okay. You guys managed to come through there. You do not find any traps or anything.
All right. Well, I'll hand signal the party.
Okay. You guys all pull up. It does not smell good down here, and it's the ceiling is maybe a foot above the Goliath, but it's about 20. It's about 20 feet across, and you guys, it's you're not doing too bad.
Looking for any tracks also.
Like trumping through a
go ahead and give me another perception check.
All of us?
No, I rolled a 20.
Okay.
Or no, 15. Sorry.
No, just the rogue.
Okay, the scout.
Okay.
All right.
You don't see any traps. You do see a little bit of signs of maybe some old traffic, but nothing recent. You do come right here, and then you see a large cistern. Here with and you do see a lot of running quote unquote water on the other side, emptying out into this, and it does look like maybe there's some kind of a drain at the bottom of it, but and there was the remains of a bridge going across.
What's up there into the north?
That looks like it's another passage, but it is blocked off. A lot of just refuse and offal have come through here and completely choked it off.
So we're gonna have to climb down and get through the muck to get to the across.
Yeah, you could try to make your way around the edge of it, but it's going to be pretty. You're going to have to make some pretty. It's going to be pretty difficult.
So-
and if you do fall, that's a pretty good drop. That's about a 20-foot drop.
How much rope did you grab?
I have 50 feet of hempen rope with CBD oil in order to, cure any ails.
I have
And-
rope as well.
Suck my rope.
Rev,
I have a rope
Rev.
as well.
Wait,
Yeah.
I know.
So now listen, I got a plan to get across this. What if we take the gnome, tie some rope to him, right? The Goliath can certainly throw him all the way across, tie the rope across, and then we can shimmy across instead of falling down into that nastiness.
Sounds brilliant.
It's a 40. That's 40
How far
feet.
across is it?
40 feet.
I could jump that.
I could
honestly.
jump it. I might could jump that.
So you could throw a gnome.
Well, then you don't
too.
even have to throw the gnome, but he's got a trident helmet, and he could just stick into the thing like a grappling hook already.
Well,
It's strapped
it's
to him.
not-
He's got the strength, right?
It's not good for.
I can throw
for
the gnome. I could throw the gnome if you want.
Well,
it's not gonna
What's
be
the
easy for-
easiest way to do it?
Dr. Zero says, I might have a easier solution.
Oh, you would.
What does a Warforge do to you? What does
Who's
sewer
going
water
to
do to
spoil
you?
my fun
Warforge?
automaton.
Yeah, is this water going to affect your gears?
I would say no. I'm a sealed system. But
He's perfect in every way,
Yeah,
except for his
exactly.
ability
There you go.
to cuddle.
I have to deal with you humans. What do you want? But I could just launch a
I'm not a
grappling hook
human.
across if you'd like.
I'm not a human zero.
Go right ahead. Launch the grappling hook.
All right. I go over
I just
to.
go.
Yeah, there are no humans here. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just go. Ball is arc.
Biologicals. I would use that word. But I go over to my mechanical gnome and I press a button on the side and I have a grapple and a rope and I shoot the grapple out. So what roll would you like me to make for that?
Let's see. Make an athletics check for that.
An athletics? Okay.
Yeah.
The
Because you're
thing
trying
is,
to
the
get it
War,
to. Yeah.
Warforge will never know love. Poor bastard.
I got a 15 on that roll.
Okay.
Warforged, but he has an attachment for that, right?
Yeah, he does.
God dang it.
It's a facsimile. It's not real.
Okay.
He'll never know
see here.
sacrifice.
It's heated.
Yeah. Okay, you fired across.
It's
You actually, let me make a roll real quick. I got
pleasure.
Love is an action, not an urge. You
Okay.
barbarian.
You fired across. You start pulling it. To see if it does feel like it seems to find purchase.
Elf in the Hellfangs, love is a battlefield.
I I have the gnome pull it taunt, and I put my hand up and say, voila.
I'll go first.
Good idea.
Dwarf, I suggest you're second because you're probably the
All right,
lightest out of the rest
real
of
quick,
us.
Chester. How much does your gnome weigh?
Oh goodness gracious, half a ton.
Your gnome weighs half a
A
ton.
gnome weighs half a ton?
Oh yeah,
The
no,
robot
it's
gnome.
very serious. Yeah.
Oh, the robot gnome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not making
okay.
it across the rope, but thanks
I myself weigh a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not heavy. He's my brother.
Freaking made out of adamantine. Okay. All right. Who's going first?
I will.
Go for
All
it,
right.
Rogue.
All right. Give me. Let's see.
Dex
Give me
acrobatics.
two. Give me two acrobatics checks.
Alrighty. I got a 20 and a 17 natural.
Okay.
So with plus 8, 28. And yeah, I'm good.
Okay. The rogue shimmies across this thing like it's nothing.
I walk across the rope, to be honest with you.
I'm just
Are
gonna
you-
try to jump it. None of this shimmying across a rope.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Okay. And I add my strength to that probably. Sorry, 1 second. 16 plus 5 plus 3. There we go. 24.
Okay, actually, I think it's your
Athletics.
dex. For athletics, I think it's your dex. Yeah,
athletic. You could do athletics for strength. It's up to you, or acrobatics.
Yeah, no, it is your strength. No, I'm sorry, you're correct.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, the Goliath. Oh wait, no.
Yep,
Okay.
that's the problem. That's why I said
What is the
dwarf.
problem?
You go
You
next.
just jump.
No. The problem is the height. No,
the
actually,
height
no.
of
You
cap?
clear it. Yeah.
Okay.
If you time your jump, I'm gonna say because you rolled so well, you time your jump. You get right to the edge before you do leap. And as you're coming down on the other side, you're looking like, oh crap, I'm about to crack my head. You actually kind of tuck a little bit,
Just
and you
tuck
roll,
and
and
dive.
you roll through the shit water on the other side.
All right.
Okay.
And I take off my stupid frock because it was just a cover, and I say, "Here, wipe yourself off, my friend."
Thank you.
And underneath,
I knew I could do it.
I'm decked out. Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
So we got the thief across, we got the warforged across. Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'm pretty light anyways.
Okay.
Oh, that's
give me 2 athletics checks.
What is with you in 20s, man?
I don't know, dude. That's like
You
the
get more
second
20s than I got 18s.
I usually roll ones.
It's because we don't get XP for it now. That's why
Well, and the second one too, but I do have a +5 to athletics, so it's
what was the first roll? The first roll was a 20.
It was a nat 20. And the second one was a total of 7.
Second one was a total of 7?
Yeah.
Okay, you get halfway, and then you kind of like look back at you go, hey, like I'm good at this, and then you feel the rope slip, and you fall into the water below. Let's see here. The water, it's actually not very deep. It's only about 2 feet deep down there.
Oh well, then it's above his head.
No, I'm 2'8".
So, yeah, you're about waist. You're about chest deep, but you land and you do take. It's not much.
Water cushions some of my fall.
Yeah. You're gonna take that. Yeah, you take 3 points. You take 3 points of damage as you fall because there's what's left of the bridges down there. You kind of fall on it.
So while they're crossing, I'm going to go up and scout just to make sure nothing surprised.
Okay. As you fall, GOP. You fall. Give me another athletics check to see if you fall and you land on your back or your front.
Okay. That's a 19.
19. Okay. As you fall, you look up and you see something move.
Can I hit the water with a cannonball?
Yeah, sure. You can flavor it any way you want. So you fall, and then you look up, and you see something move, and then all of you see something fall.
Oh, from where?
It is this.
Ooh.
Is what?
Oh no!
That's a gelatinous cube.
A giant gelatinous cube falls from the ceiling and literally fills this entire opening.
Oh my. Well, it was good knowing you, Gnome.
So
that's a good way to get rid of that stupid character.
Right?
Okay, so everybody give me initiative.
3.
3 for the dwarf.
Add your speed. Add your dex bonus for initiative.
Add your dex bonus. Yeah.
Do we add proficiency
add my
as well?
dexterity. Then it's a 3 plus 13 is
No.
3 plus your dex bonus.
Wait.
So
then I don't have
the 13 to be a 1.
Wait. Oh.
And you said we are rolling 20s for this in this game.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are rolling 20s.
Non-natural 20.
A non-natural 20 for your. Okay, so
18 with my dex.
20 and then 18 for the Eldritch Knight. Okay, and for the Warforged.
20.
20, and for the Rogue.
17.
17. All right, let me roll for the gelatinous cube. Well, everybody's going before it because it got a 2. All right. So top of the order is going to be all right. So what's your initiative modifier, Gnome?
It's 2. So I rolled an 18
what about
plus 2.
the Artificer?
It's a 3.
Okay, so the Artificer goes first. You see this massive blob just bonk,
Well,
and it's huge.
I have studied them before, so it is very interesting to me. So basically, I have my let me see here. What do I know about these creatures?
You have studied them. They're a type of jelly. This cube. Give me an arcane roll.
Okay. That is a 16.
Okay. It is a type of ooze. You know that they're not fast. They do acidic damage, and that they are they generally live in sewers and things like this, and they're not intelligent creatures.
Okay. Then my action is I'm going to use my bonus action on the gnome, not on my gnome character. Although I do have the gnome drop the carry pack. But I'm not going to use him in combat this round. I'm going to use my bonus action for Bull instead. So what I'm doing myself is the panels on my arm open up, and on either side, I kind of put both arms out, and on one side, a kind of a barrel that looks kind of bluish and almost as if it was cold. There's probably some cold mist coming off of it, and I basically let loose. So I am going to have to hit with this. I do believe Ray of Frost, right? I have to strike with that.
So yes.
Yeah. So
yes.
I'm going to make that roll, and that is a 21.
That hits.
Okay.
They're not hard to hit.
And then the other one is on the other arm is a projectile, and that is much higher. That is a 20.
Yeah, you got
20 plus 23, I think.
it's got an AC of 6.
Okay, cool. So the Ray of Frost. Now this might slow it down. I don't know how it's going to affect the gelatinous cube. You'll have to make that decision. But basically, I do 2d8 points of damage. And that is 10 plus. Let me see if this adds anything. It takes 10 points of damage, and it is slowed or reduced, or you have to make that decision if it gets saving throw or what have you. So I let off a ray of frost blast out of the right arm, and on the left arm I let off a projectile. And there's a huge bang, by the way. This is a firearm. And then as my bonus action, I activate one of the implements on the gnome's arm, and I'll roll for that as well, and that's over a 20, and that does a further amount of 7 electrical damage.
Okay.
So I'm very loud and noisy. The elf is probably not pleased.
Okay, so you do a total of 17 points.
I do believe so. Yeah.
Okay. You hit it and it just kind of goes. It vibrates and makes waves, and you see the cold goes across the surface of it, and parts of it just seem to like freeze and crack and fall away. And the projectile just hits it in. It's the ballistic impact. It looks like a bullet going through ballistic gel.
Okay.
Dude, a nice description.
So 4 minus 17 equals 16. Okay. Next up is going to be the gnome. You feel this thing fall on you. It doesn't. You feel weight impact at first, but then you just kind of like slip inside of it, and giggity. And you immediately feel on your skin. It's like you feel this caustic burning on your skin.
Okay.
This is not a good thing. You're like, ouchie.
I'm going to start to rage. And I'm just going to. Can I move or no? I'm just kind of stuck.
Your speed in the gelatinous cube is halved.
Okay, well I start swimming up.
Actually, no. You have to give me. I'm sorry, it's not halved. This is different now. It's a DC. You need to give me a dexterity saving throw to be able to move.
Okay. Dex save. And I believe, as one of my features, you gain advantage on dex saves versus things you can see. So.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to roll my dice. The first one was terrible. Oh well, they're both horrible. The second one was a total of 6. So no, I can't move. I'm guessing 6 would be really low if it actually let me.
Can you move your mouth? Start eating.
I'm just gonna start swinging my weapon around. I'm not gonna try. I guess I'll just start swinging my my weapon around to see if I can attack it.
Roll to hit.
Yeah, I rolled a hit. That would be a let's see, 16.
Bob's muted for a minute. Roll damage.
Do. Yeah.
Let's see.
Gelatinous cube on top of the gnome. Gelatinous cube. Gonna suffocate that little bastard.
Sounds dirty.
On top of the gnome.
So that's a total of 13 points of damage.
Ain't nobody home because he swallowed the gnome. Gelatinous cube.
Gelatinous cube. Everybody loves. There's always room for a gelatinous cube.
Now with strawberries and bananas.
Yeah.
Yay.
So how long can someone survive in a gelatinous cube?
Well, if it's a Jello shot, then probably long enough.
Well, he's got to be able to breathe, which he can't do inside a strawberry banana gelatinous cube.
Well, I'm guessing I can.
He's got his constitution in minutes.
Is this the thing that we're searching for? Because
probably
it
not.
didn't sound like what that guy described.
No, this is just a dungeon hazard.
I mean, that means I'd have 3 minutes that I can.
Yep.
So I'm.
3 minutes
so we're just
you're brain dead. So you're already dead.
I don't need much oxygen.
We lost our DM. That's
I know. We're waiting for him to come back.
Great.
We can't hear you, Bob. If you're awake or alive, Bob.
Yeah, he's muted.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sitting here yelling at the thing, and I'm like, nobody's hearing me. How much damage did you do?
13.
I did 13 points of damage.
13. Okay. 13.
All right, big man, dive in there, pull him out.
All right. Next up is the Goliath.
Well, did you say I could have a blunderbuss or not? Did I never get that?
No, you weren't able to get that. You guys left too early.
All right, fine.
Yeah, I'll make you one though. And it'll have +1 on it, so
Eldritch Blast. Is that right? Eldritch Blast.
Yeah.
And then I think I have since I'm an Eldritch Knight, I do have another attack.
I don't think you have one yet. Let me double check.
Yeah, I think
we're third, aren't we?
No, you're third level.
Yeah, but you're not a 3rd level Eldritch Knight. You're a 1st level Eldritch Knight.
Oh, fine.
So
fine.
You don't get that extra attack till 5th.
All right, Eldritch Blast. That's all I got. Because I don't want to go jumping in there and just chop at it with a.
Oh, come on,
a big
man.
sword.
That's just like the biggest bowl of pudding in the world. Jello pudding. Sorry.
So
it's the Jello and the gnomish pop.
At 3rd level, you have an extra. No, he is a level 3 Eldritch Knight. It's just that he doesn't have at 3rd level you don't get an extra attack. You get weapon bond.
Yeah, which is cool.
5th level.
Yeah,
which is cool. But yeah, so one of your weapons, basically, you can't be disarmed with it unless you're incapacitated, and you can summon it to you with a bonus action, no matter where it is. It just immediately teleports to you.
Oh, okay. All right.
So go ahead and make your attack.
Okay. Is this to hit right now?
Yeah, to hit. Yeah. Oh no, Eldritch Blast. I'm sorry. I'm thinking you were hitting it with an attack. No, your Eldritch Blast damage.
Okay, it's 10 through.
Blast.
8.
Okay. Okay. You do 8 points of damage. Okay. Go ahead and add that on here. And by the way, I was wrong. You do have to make an attack, but we'll go ahead and next time you'll do it.
Yeah, it's like a range attack.
Yeah. It used to be Eldritch Blast didn't have to do that, but you do have to do it now.
All right. Well, do you want me to re-roll or what?
No, you're good.
No, let's move on.
Right.
Yeah, move on. And so are you going to do a move action or anything, or?
Get close. I'm going to go two-handed next. So.
Okay. All right. So next up is the rogue.
All right. So quick look over my shoulder, see if anything's coming down the pike after us, after this trap.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
And I rolled a 12.
You do not see anything.
Okay. So now I'm going to blast that thing with a firebolt. So I did 1d10 plus what? I'm sorry. It is 1d10 plus firebolt. 1d10. So straight up. So with my attack bonus is a 5. So I did 14.
14 points of damage?
14 points of fire damage.
Oh, okay. So 14 points minus 14. Once again, every time you guys hit this thing, it just kind of it reacts violently and then kind of settles. It does look like it's starting to lose its cohesion. So it does look like it's starting. You definitely making progress on it, but it's still up. Okay, and next up.
And then I don't know. Well, actually, I don't want to yell, so never mind. I'll stop there.
Okay. No, what do you want to do?
I just let off a firearm. Anything nearby hears us, dude.
Yeah.
Well, that's not necessarily true because gelatin is great for muffling sound.
Yeah, but the
but I'm
happens
not
in the barrel.
Yeah, the explosion happens in the barrel, not in the projectile. He just basically shot at it.
But on the other side of the tunnel, it's not going to be so loud, right?
Well,
so
no,
I don't know.
When this thing fell, it fell and it filled the void. It didn't feel like from ceiling to top.
Okay, I'll yell, "Dwarf! Don't let him melt away."
Okay, and we are to the dwarf.
Don't let who melt away?
The little bugger inside
the gnome,
cube, man.
Are you sure?
Well, actually, I'm not. Yeah, let him go.
So, so out of character though, like, what are my options here? I'm fighting a gelatinous cube for the first time. I've never seen a gelatinous cube before.
Well, the cost of life is important to you, you know.
Yeah,
so because you're life domain cleric, right?
You've watched. You've seen what happens when magic hits it. You've seen what happens when a projectile hits something solid hits it. You've got spells you can throw at this thing, or you've got weapons you can hit it with. So,
Well, how much water is it made of?
It's
20%.
got some water in it.
It's magic water, though.
Let me make a suggestion.
It's magic water from Orlando.
As a former cleric, another. Guiding bolt this thing.
Well, then that's what I do. I cast guiding bolt.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun. The first attack.
Make a ranged spell attack against it.
All right.
And add your spell attack bonus.
Yep, which is your wisdom.
Why do you sound like Vicini, Ninja? You do. You sound like Vicini. Vicini.
What
death is along the line?
You're going against the Death is on the line. All right. So roll a d20 and then add your wisdom bonus to it.
Well,
I rolled
a 1.
You rolled a 1. Okay.
I rolled a 1.
All right.
And but my wisdom modifier, I guess, is
matter.
+2. Oh, well then.
Yeah, that actually means your belt comes unbuckled and all your pants fall down and all your weapons.
Absolutely.
This is the first time you've ever seen any kind of thing like this. You kind of panic, you're and you fire off your spell, and it literally careens down the hallway. You're like, oh crap. Okay. It is now.
Sorry, gentlemen.
It's now Jeanette's turn, and it's having a good old time. It's like, I'm eating something. So it's
like chicken fingers.
It's going to digest you, and yeah, go ahead and roll those dice.
Well, that's automatic thing. What is it doing for its attack?
It's well, for right now, it's going to do this first.
Okay.
It's not bad. So you take 8 points of damage.
And it's halved because I'm raging.
Yep, it's halved because you're raging.
Rage is nice.
Let's see, where is everybody positioned? Let me pull up the map real quick here.
I'm hanging out next to Jean Grey and Wolverine and Cyclops.
My channel. Okay, so Goliath, as you're running up to this thing and you're looking at it, it literally, like a gelatinous tentacle, just rises up out of it and it makes a lash at you.
Pseudopods from hell.
Yeah.
Pseudopod. Okay, so let me go ahead and roll to attack here. And that's let's see here. It's so +4, so 21 to hit.
Okay, so now you just let one of its pseudopods off, right?
Yes.
Okay. As a reaction, my little gnomish mechanoid, his eyes open, and a telescoping thing comes out of his eye, and it puts out a persistent beam. It is at disadvantage for everything it does.
Boner joke.
Okay, let me go ahead and re-roll that then. So throw it another 17. Okay, so that hits. All right, so that's 3d6.
What would make this perfect is to see it form into like Garrett Morris and then blow up.
You take 13 points of acid damage.
Oh,
I tried.
Yes.
Shivers Regal.
Who?
That was a reaction, by the way, from my my golem.
Who takes 13 points?
You do.
Okay.
You do. And yeah, so and it's happy as a clam, so it's just gonna sit there. So that's its turn. Top of the round. You see, you guys saw this thing. It was like, yeah, I'm just gonna eat everybody. So, Mr. Artificer, go for it, sir.
All right. So now with my little familiar buddy that's in the belly of the beast, how damaged are you, Bull?
I'm down to 34, so I'm still pretty.
I rolled pretty low on that attack.
Okay.
And I have damage anyway, so.
All right, so I'm just saying because I could use my bonus action as a heal instead of damage if you need it.
What's your max?
41.
Okay.
So you're okay for right now.
Oh yeah, I'm fine.
All right, so then I will concentrate on just pouring on damage. So I will do very similar. I let off a frost ray out of the barrel on my left arm. I let off another projectile, as you guys hear, and click and a boom. And then I'll also, so I'll roll them all together. I'll also let the shocking grasp off at the gnome in the belly of the thing. So let's see here. These are all over 20. So I'm
okay.
Nothing's changed, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's
all right. So let me see here. And I do like this. It's kind of cool. All the damage is 8s. That's neat.
Yeah, love those diamonds.
16, 24, 26 points of damage.
Wow. Okay.
That's what happens. Sound.
All right. You this time the cold does the same thing, but this time the impact, because it's beginning to lose its cohesion, it reacts much more violently, and it shakes a lot more. You can see it's starting to well up in certain areas, like it's about to fall apart.
Good.
I love how Chester's freezing it first and then blasting it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thank you.
It's the icy hot patch.
It's the combination of that's causing so much damage to it.
Yeah,
it is weakening, gentlemen.
Yes.
He's making that gelatinous form rigid and then blasting it with gunshot, man.
Science.
Okay. Indubitably. Me with science. All right. Next up.
Just so you guys know, my personality trait is based upon my motto: science is unbound by moral expectations. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we gotta love that.
Bull, you're up.
Okay.
Who's up?
Bull.
Corny.
So I rolled.
Go ahead and make your dex throw to see if you can get out.
Yeah, I rolled a 18 total.
Okay, you are able to move. You can move half your movement.
Okay, my total speed is 25, so would that mean I could go 10?
You can move 15.
Okay, then I'm gonna move to the far side of the the side I was trying to get to.
Over here?
Yeah.
Okay. And because of the gelatinous cube, you can actually kind of pull yourself up through it off of the wall.
Yeah, that's what I.
All right. So it's 20 feet deep. So you pull yourself up 5 feet.
Mm-hmm.
And if you continue to make your dex save, you will be out. You can actually get out of this thing next turn.
Okay, cool.
All right. You want to take that's your move action? You want to go ahead and attack?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Let me roll my attack roll. And that would be 17.
17 to hit?
Yep.
Oh yeah, you got it.
Okay. Now for my attack.
Okay, you're still raging, so.
Yeah, I know, I'm still raging. That would be a 12.
Okay. You hit it, and it looks bad. From inside, you see him. He just kind of thrashing around with his hammer and just clacking stuff. It looks bad. All right. As you do this, as you're moving through, you kind of look to your side and you see a shadow of something inside, and suddenly it moves, and it moves very fast. Let me see here. Let me roll a 20 here.
There's tonight's boss. So let's get him.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. What's your AC?
My AC, I think while I'm raging, it's higher, but let me check.
You gotta get corny. We gotta get. I keep on wanting to call him corny. We need to get bull.
If it's less than a 19, it hits you.
Oh yeah, it hits me.
Okay.
I think I'm only 15 total. Yeah.
All right. Okay, so that is going to be a 1d8. Okay. Oh, all right. So 8 plus 1. So you take 9 points of slashing damage as one of the flying swords embedded within it begins to move.
Oh no, that is fascinating. I shall collect it.
Does it go half? So if you're doing half,
you're raging, so it's half damage. All right. So instead of 9, you would take 5.
Okay, 5 points. All right.
Okay.
So the higher number. All right.
Yep. And as you see that one move, about 5 feet past it, you see another one slowly begin to come to life.
The swords are coming to life.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So next up we have the Goliath. This thing hits you, man.
Yeah, it did. I just, take the hit, go, pah, and pull my great, and I already have my great sword out, and I lay into it with the great sword.
Well, I say, Goliath, if I can shoot a rope to the bull, do you think you could pull him out?
I can do anything you can get done.
Okay, give me a swing of your sword here.
Well, if he takes a hold action, then I can try shooting an arrow with a rope tied to it to bull. Or because I don't know if a grappling hook will have any momentum once it's a gel, but an arrow with a rope tied to it.
I'm probably going to be out of this thing next round.
Yeah.
Not really, dude. I'm going to cast a heal on you.
Okay.
Yeah, he's not really all that hurt. He's raging right now, so he's only taking half damage.
Well, that is a blessing. All right, man. Never mind.
Okay, go ahead and take a swing.
Okay.
No, that's stupid. Ask how many attacks do a fighter have?
You've got one right now.
You've got one right now.
At 3rd level?
Yeah.
All right.
5th level is when you get 2.
Rolling the dice for this. I'm pretty lame right now. Gosh dang it.
Yeah, 5th level is when you get your extra attack. But you do have action surge. So I forgot about that.
What's action surge?
You can
actually take an extra action.
Yeah.
But you can only do it once
per day.
Well, then let's get it done right now and get this done.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and take your first action.
Okay, I just hit.
Show's almost over, so max it out.
I hit 11 points on that roll.
Okay.
And clear. And then another one, throw again. Oh, 12 points. That was good rolls.
Okay.
Damn.
As you cut into this thing twice, shung, shung. That was the damage, right? That wasn't the hit, right?
That was the damage.
Okay, yeah, okay. As the barbarian, the Goliath, I'm sorry, not the barbarian, but the Goliath hacks into this gelatinous cube twice. It shudders and then just literally comes apart at the seams and falls into this just wet goo. Bull, give me an athletics check.
Okay.
That's
so close to the ladder.
And I think when I'm raging, let me just make sure.
Your arms don't.
I think you have advantage on those saving throws.
I don't know. His arms are still stubby. He can't reach out and grab anything.
I think it's only gain advantage on strength with melee attacks by granting advantage to attacks against. Oh no, that's something different. No, I don't have advantage. So I'll just roll normally. Ha! I really miss my halfling in moments like this.
Being able to reroll ones.
I can't reroll ones as this character type. So yep, that was a 1.
Oh my god. Okay. You're slowly swimming your way through this thing. You got swords that are hacking away with you. All of a sudden, it just disappears around you, and you just kind of hang in the air for a second like a cartoon character, and then you fall.
Boom.
And he has to spin his arms when he does that, because he's a cartoon character.
Yeah,
you
fall like trying to swim.
You fall right back into this thing.
I was only 5 feet above the thing, though.
Yeah, you're only 5 feet, but you're standing in acidic goo.
Mm-hmm.
So it sucks.
Yep, I'm just giving it damage.
Okay, I send the mechanome.
Hang on a minute. We're still in combat because you got 2 animated swords spinning in the air right now.
Ahead.
Who did the animated swords?
They were inside the gelatinous cube.
Oh, okay. Well, how are they still animated?
They're the animated swords.
They're creatures on their own.
They're the animated swords of Joe's mama.
Yes, I think I'm going to collect
Joe's
them.
Mama.
Okay. So all right. So barbarian. See the gnome, the warfare, the artificer. Okay. So the rogue is up.
I'm gonna cast magic missile and focus them all on the gnome to just get rid of him. So no,
you're gonna kill me?
I'm just kidding. No, I'm gonna do magic missile. It's 3d4, and I'm gonna blast off these flying whirling dervishes that are attacking us. So I will do 2 on 1, and that one takes 6, 7, 8 points. And
8 points of damage?
Yeah, to one of the swords, and then the other one takes 4 points.
Okay. You hit the one that you hit. You see a big chunk of the blade kind of break off. The other is you see a singe on the blade.
And then I will use my other action just to do perception to see if there's anything. I feel like there's another shoe that's going to drop.
Okay.
And I rolled a 11.
You don't see shit.
Okay. Done.
Okay. All right. See, we are up to the well, the cube would have gone at that point, but it's not anymore. Cleric, you're up, sir.
All right. So I take my shield and I toss it to the gnome and say, use this, because hopefully it will help him not die from the swords.
All right.
There you go. That's a party man right there.
How many? What's your spell list right now? How many spell slots do you have?
I have, I guess, 6 altogether.
How many? First level and second level. How many you got?
7 or 8. It would be 8.
No. How many second level slots do you got?
Oh, just 2.
Just 2. Okay. I would use. Go ahead and I would suggest casting Guiding Bolt again.
Well then, I will cast Guiding Bolt again.
All right. Roll a d20 and
I got a 7.
You got a 7. Their AC is not very high. Oh, actually, their AC is much higher. That is going to miss.
Darn it.
Okay. Sorry, man. if here's the thing, the reason why I'm suggesting that, the reason I'm suggesting that though is if that thing hits, it's gonna obliterate this stuff. So, but okay. Top of the round. You got
DM hints
in front of you.
Always beneficial, man.
Okay.
How many swords are there?
He's a new player.
How many swords are there?
Oh yeah.
There are 2 swords. One is damaged, one is undamaged, correct?
Damage is going to tick you off, Chester.
What? Say that again?
The fact that it's damaged, you're like, no.
Yeah, no, absolutely. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, as a bonus action, the other eye of my mechanome telescopes out, and it casts a ray of frost. And it's these things that would be a 21.
That hits. Which one are you hitting?
The damaged one, of course. And it takes 8 points of damage.
It shatters.
And I grimace at that. And then my actual action, I'm not going to attack at all. One of my eyes telescope out, and because I actually everything I do falls under the rules of magic, but it's not magical, right? Everything is mechanical, right? So basically, my eye goes through a bunch of spectrums of magic, all kind of different things. Basically what I'm doing is I'm casting the identify spell on this undamaged sword to see if it is of its own accord acting, or is it being controlled from afar.
Okay. Go ahead and see rolling identify.
Roll Wikipedia.
So
I can make an investigation roll if you'd like.
Actually, give me an arcane roll.
Okay. That is a 16.
16? Okay. It's a it is a legit flying sword. It is a small construct. You know that it is it is susceptible to anti-magic.
Okay. Is there any kind of a trail of magic that is controlling it from afar, or is this thing simply acting on its own volition?
It's acting of its own volition. You see there it does have a magical effect on it because it is a magical construct, but there is no link to it somewhere else. It is autonomous.
Well, I don't think. Of course, I'm done with my round. Other than the fact I will switch the reaction disadvantage to the sword from the mechagome. Do any of my spells, like of course counterspell and stuff like that? I don't have anything that works to reduce damage or anything like that. That's a higher level spell, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm done.
dispel magic is the only thing you can think of that would work on it right now.
And I don't have that. So
you don't
yeah,
have that.
I'm done. But I do move the disadvantage to it.
Okay. All right. Gnome, you're up.
Well, I would like to try and smash this other sword.
Okay. It's about 15 feet over top of you.
Oh, it's above me?
It's above you.
Okay.
Yeah, when the gelatinous cube fell apart, it stayed flying in the air. These things fly.
I'm guessing with the reach of this thing, I probably couldn't hit it.
You could try to make a climb check to see if you can get out. It's going to take your entire move action.
Can I just hold my attack until this thing tries to hit me?
Sure.
I'm just gonna.
Oh, don't forget I threw you that shield.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that gives me +2 to my.
Yep.
Okay.
+2 to your AC.
All right. Yeah. I'm gonna stand right under it and just be ready to attack as soon as it comes down at me.
Okay. All right. So that's your turn. It is now the. It's the Goliath. All right. So you got one of these swords. It's flying. It's actually.
Wait, you didn't get attack yet.
Huh?
Did you attack
the sword?
yet?
No, the sword's not. It's not the sword's turn yet.
Oh, okay. My bad. I just want to see it.
So we're at an 18. It's the Eldritch Knight, the Goliath, and this sword is about. It's about 20 feet away from you, floating in the middle of this chasm right now, so you can't really reach it.
No, then I do. I'll then Eldritch Blast.
Okay, go ahead and throw it.
So we do the 20 first, right?
Yep, roll a 20 to see if you hit.
Oh crap! Go. 13.
13 does not hit.
All right. Well,
okay.
That's my turn.
Okay. And we're on to the rogue.
The rogue. It's in range for a firebolt?
Sure.
All right. So that is I have to roll to attack. No. Or just do damage. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Damage.
Yep.
All right. D10. 3 points.
3 points. Okay. It gets hit another time. It's got another ding in it, but it's still moving.
So this is the one that's already been jacked up.
This is the one that was only hurt a little. This one only is damaged a little bit.
Is that the only one that's left, or?
That's the only one that's left.
Okay.
The other one was shattered.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, now it is its turn, and it is going to fly over to. What's the thing? Yeah, it's going to go after the one that shattered it. So, let me see. Does it have enough movement to get there?
I'm just standing under it, just like, hey.
Oh yeah, Chester, you watch as this sword, it stops spinning, it points directly at the Warforged, and it flies straight at you.
Okay, it's at disadvantage. Let me keep in mind.
Yes. All right, so let me go ahead and roll the d20. Okay, roll it again. And that sucks balls. Yeah, it's not going to hit you, dude. It rolled a 7, so
yeah,
that's a 10. So it goes at you, and it literally flies right past you, and then kind of screeches to a halt.
How big are these? Are they just the size of a normal sword? It's the
size of a normal bastard sword.
Okay.
Okay, and cleric. This thing just flew right past your friend.
Well, I don't know if we're friends, but.
Wow. Anyway, the sword flew right past the Warforged, and it is now about 10 feet behind you.
Would that be an attack of opportunity?
Actually, yeah, actually, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Who, me?
Just no, to the dwarf, because it flew past him.
Oh.
All right.
Just roll a d20 14. And add your 14. Okay, and then add
plus,
your add your strength bonus.
I don't know if I have a strength bonus.
What's your strength at?
Oh, my strength is 17.
17, you're +3. Yep, you just hit it. All right, what are you using? What weapon?
I'm going to use my Warhammer.
Okay, go ahead and roll the damage on it. Add your strength bonus to it when you're done.
A 1.
Proficiency
Okay,
plus 2.
1. Yeah,
A
1 plus 3. So that's 4 points of damage. Okay, you ding it again. It's looking rough. Okay.
Back to the top.
Ninja.
Yeah, back to the top.
Well, they didn't really train me for this in cleric school.
It's okay. It's okay, man. We'll walk you through it.
No, don't sweat it at all, dude. All right. So cool. This is what I'm going to do. As a free action, I speak to the mecha gnome, and I tell it to assist your brother. It uses its movement. It goes over to the edge, and out of its chest, a little round metal gear turns, and it lowers down a grapple hook connected to a rope to you to assist your climb. Now, as my now I could end this thing, but as a bonus action, no, hold on a second. All right, this is completely there's no rule for this, but I'm going to reach out and grab a hold of it and try to command it mentally, magically.
Okay. Go ahead and make a grapple check.
Sure. Yes, baby. I don't have anything like athletics to add any kind of bonus into that, but for the proficiency, but that is a 22.
Okay.
Just reach out and snatch that sucker right out of the air, dude.
I rolled an 18, but it only has a +1 to its strength, so you grab hold of it.
All right, dude. So I got a hold of it, and then that's my action. And I'm trying to command it. So I do have an action and a bonus action each round. So
yeah, it is immune to charm. So
I don't have charm. I'm not using charm. I'm trying to overwhelm it.
You're trying to overwhelm it. Okay. So it's immune to charm, frightened, paralyzed, petrified, poison, blinded.
I'll burn
deafened.
like a detect magic spell if you'd like.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and you see here. DC's. I'm gonna say that this is susceptibility. So all right, let me make a DC see. What's your spell save?
I mean,
my spell save is very high.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Impossible task? Is it a 20 task? Is it a 15 task? Is it somewhere in between?
He doesn't know yet.
Mm-hmm. Now my DC saves are 8, or is that 10?
Don't bother. It rolled a 4.
Okay.
You grab it. You overwhelm this thing with your freaking mind, and it literally stops moving.
Sweet. I start examining it as if nothing had happened.
Okay. Basically, what's happened is it has fallen unconscious.
Oh, there you go. That's cool.
All right. And we are out of
combat. The party at a later date.
I'd like to make a perception roll to try and figure out what the hell that goofy automaton just did. And is that possible?
That would be an arcane roll. Do you have arcane?
No, but I've got a high intelligence.
I'm gonna say no, man, because you're not adept at magic.
Mm-hmm. All you see is me just reach out, snatch the thing out of the air. My eyes glow, and it ceases to function.
Okay. Actually, you are an arcane trickster. Yeah, go ahead and give me a You go ahead and roll arcane, but you're not going to get any bonuses to it.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised you don't have arcane. You think that would be like auto skill for a?
Well, it's not even there. It's not available. So otherwise I would have. Yeah. So I rolled. I have a +3 for my intelligence. Can I use that?
What's the I think for arcane it's wisdom, isn't it?
No, it's intelligence.
No, arcane
is it intelligence? Yeah, go ahead and add your intelligence bonus to it.
Okay, so that's 21.
Okay, yeah, he commanded it to stop.
So he dominated that magic?
He basically dominated it, yeah.
Interesting.
He made it his bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's a trick I haven't tried before.
Okay.
I like it.
Normally that's not the kind of thing that worked, but it was damaged, and he's a freaking weird ass machine. He's a construct as well, so he understands how these things work.
And my whole power is actually interacting and controlling and building these kind of things.
Yeah.
So I basically secure it. Well, actually, I keep that in my hand. No, I secure it inside of my storage laboratory,
Okay.
my mobile laboratory. I'm
Okay.
assuming the
You,
dwarf
you
is
know
a.
that it's actually
Yeah.
probably going to wake up at some point. So when you secure it, you make sure you really strap this thing down so
Oh,
it can't
sure,
move.
sure. I most certainly do. I'm assuming that the mecha gnome has gotten the gnome out of the hole by now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at this point, we'll say that you guys were able to
Okay.
climb out, and
I do.
You guys don't see anything else?
I've got a little bit of that goo from
That's
that creature
what I
left
want.
on my arm
Yeah,
still.
that's what I want. Yeah.
And I just kind of look at my arm and I just lick it a little bit.
Okay, it burns your tongue. You take a point of acid damage.
Sweet.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. So I do collect pieces of the shard of the broken animated sword, and I also take a little vial out and collect some of the ooze from the gelatinous cube.
Dr. Zero, we have a mission here, and it's not to observe and collect fancy dancing swords. We're here to find the monster and to save the people.
Science is always
Cleric.
the first.
You
Cleric.
can come back later. We need to move.
Cleric.
Yes.
Since you acquitted yourself poorly, could you do something about my injury?
I love that. That is awesome.
I sure can.
So
How about a little? Yeah.
Okay. We'll go ahead. Yeah, go ahead and you can cast Cure Wounds on him if you'd like. And actually, we're gonna go ahead and call it there, guys, because it is we're coming up on 4 hours here. So
yeah, it's a fun game. This is a great group.
Yeah, I love it.
Of
Yeah.
characters. I love it.
This is chaos.
It's beautiful chaos, sir.
Well, this is basically Ringling Brothers, and Bob is Barnum Bailey. So
Bob
here we go.
Bob is freaking out.
You're Buffalo Bill at the freaking Wild Kowloon, man.
Don't you touch my dog.
I'm the guy who gets fired out of the cannon.
You are.
Anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks, I appreciate it. This session did not go. This was beautiful chaos, and yeah, should be interesting when we complete it.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Well, awesome. We had some fun here. We went a little longer today, but I do have a little extra time, so I thought, why not? So do keep in mind that tomorrow, of course, is our Fan Speak show, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on back, and we'll have a chat about the news and things that are going on, and we will not be predominantly talking about Corona-chan. We will be talking about other things as well. But thank you all for being here, and let's go ahead and let everyone give their goodbyes. So let's start with Ninja, our newbie in the group, playing a very terrified dwarf, which is odd.
Well, in my defense, I have never played Dungeons and Dragons before, so I gotta say though, you guys have certainly given me quite the experience for my first time. Wow, you guys went gentle on me. It was so nice.
The world.
It's one of those times that I'll always remember fondly.
So beautiful.
But no, this is great.
Well, the fondly is over, and now it's time to get real.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for letting me join you guys.
Oh, no, it's fun, man. Yeah.
We like you, Ninja. You're a nice guy.
GOP,
I don't know if Risey's listening, but there's a
yes.
If the train comes, I figured this. Maybe it's just airships passing.
There you go.
Right?
Sure, why not?
Perfect.
This is a really fun campaign. This is nice. I'm liking this so far.
Oh Jesus!
I think so too. It's going to be fun. All right. Well, thank you very much, GOP. How about you, Slick?
Yeah. I have some things to pimp because I usually do. I have a comic book currently in demand on Indiegogo. It's a little girl lethal. It's late, but we're getting close. We got a letter doing things on both primary and secondary stories, and once that's all done, I can compile it and I can get it formatted and printed. And 2 people, that'd be awesome, right? Okay. I also have a channel of my own, which I do the Cheesecake Challenge on Monday nights at 9 p.m. MST. And yeah, come on see that. And you can talk to me at Slick Jimmy Love on the Twitters, and you can see me on Slick Jimmy Speaks. That's my channel. Although I screwed it up this week, I put it on my other channel, just straight Slick Jimmy, because I'm an idiot. Yep, I had a good time. I hope you enjoy my big bruising, Eldritch Knight.
I love the voice, dude. That's freaking perfect, man. I love it. Yeah, cool. Well, thank you, Slick. And of course, Bill. Bill.
Who, me? Me?
Yeah.
Me? Yeah. Yeah, good times. This is the most crazy. I mean, as far as like the types of characters, the races, everything, man, we haven't. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. This is gonna be a really crazy adventure, and we're basically gonna make Bob pull his hair out like every night. So
that's what zero sessions are for, though, man. To feel out how everything's going. Like, okay, this is what we're gonna do from now on.
Yep, it's cool.
It is cool.
I'm enjoying it.
You know, zero sessions are also about finding where your character is and what it is, right? And I think I definitely know who the Warfare Forge is, so that's cool. I got that worked out for myself, and I think I love playing this character. I've never played a D&D character like this. It's not even really a D&D character, I think, but it's cool though. And I do appreciate you, Bob, kind of going with
Chester,
my little cinematics.
It was my turn,
cool, dude.
It was my turn, Chester, and you just kind of went all over me, man.
That's how he does. That's how he rolls. That's how Chester is.
Oh my gosh!
Good.
Went right back to Chester and his really Swiss Army knife.
I thought you were done. Character. I thought you were done, Elf.
Well, that's what you say to all the girls, don't you, Chester?
Hey,
no, but
keep up, baby.
Oh, no, but yeah, this is going to be a wicked campaign. We have a huge, diverse cast. I hate using the word diverse, but it really is, man. I mean, we got there's not a single human in this party.
We know what true diversity is.
Yeah.
True diversity is a warforge that can be a love meter at the same time.
That's right.
Oh my God.
Namaste.
And analyze it simultaneously. Yeah. But no, I agree. I think, and you have all these interesting characters. We're starting to figure out exactly who they are, and everyone's kind of falling into place. It's pretty awesome. But we're going to end with Bob. I'm going to let him give his closing comments, and he's going to namaste us out of here, man.
I thought he just namaste.
Right, you can let that be namaste too. Go ahead.
All right. Well, thanks for being here, guys. Like I said, this zero sessions are kind of chaotic. They're always meant to be like Chester said, a feeling out thing. So I kind of know what I'm dealing with now, and I will react accordingly in the future.
Awesome. And just keep in mind, cyber love. Namaste. Later, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, nothing.